They're like, yeah, this guy's on.
We're professionals. We always say when we're about to start streaming so other people can hit start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to swap it over. Doesn't mean I am swapping it over. No, it's potato.
That was potato. You got a pussy in your lap? You said that he disappeared and you never saw him again. Well, he's dead, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Off my microphone. How's that? Is that better?
Nothing changed.
There we go. Okay. For some reason it changed off my. I went to default. Stop touching it. I'm sorry. I like it. Hi, Sin.
Don't touch it.
Edgy.
Okay, continue with your horrible, tragic story.
So Thursday morning I got a knock on the door at 5 a.m. And well, that's like my first alarm that just went off too. So I was not a happy camper. Popped my head out and he goes, you're one hard person to track down. I'm just like, yeah, I'm busy all the time.
Yeah, it's tough living in a mobile house. No one can contact you. Shame you can't bang on the front door and say something.
Yeah. But
You couldn't see her, couldn't find her nipples.
Didn't have the spotlights with her.
Fucking A. Well, he goes, well, I wanted to let you know, Tuesday morning I found your cat dead at the end of my driveway. And I picked it up for you, cleaned it up so that your girls wouldn't see it. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I've been wondering where he is. That's one bad thing about having indoor outdoor cats. But
Yeah, I don't let my cats out for that exact reason.
well, since Ghost Cat has been gone, oh, I told my kids. Well, Alana knows what happened. Since she's almost 12 now, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be straight with her. She understands, but I told Wolf says, hey, I just ran over a suicidal cat yesterday. How did you know it was suicidal?
Well, this happened on Thursday or Tuesday of like 2 weeks ago.
Rog's cat is a raccoon in disguise.
No, he's not. His name is Miss Kitty and he's yellow.
He's transgender.
Or tan. No, he's a boy.
But he's called Miss Kitty.
He's not transgender. Don't assume my cat's identity.
Drag. He likes drag.
Don't no, he doesn't. He's a boy cat.
It ran out in front of me. I swerved and it ran under my bed. Yeah, that happened. But so the younger two. Well, my youngest, she asked me about him, and I was just like, well, I'm not sure what happened to him. He could have got
I hear
hit
he's
by...
living up to his name.
Oh, that's awful, but that's great. But he could have got hit by a car, or he could have found a new home, or he could have just went someplace else. There's so many things. But yeah. Well, since then, Shadow Cat has been as happy as can be. Like, all the love has been up in my face, wanting all the attention and everything. He's been so, like, a brand new cat.
He probably doesn't want to be alone. He probably thinks that you somehow orchestrated the murder
No,
of its brother or sister.
No, I think
And
he orchestrated it because he was always like hiding from Ghost.
and the cat was probably sitting over there like, oh my god, that cat didn't show her enough love, so I have to make sure I show enough love or she'll have me
See,
killed too.
Joe's on my side. I think Shadowcat's secretly a murderer.
I don't know. That sounds
Uh,
more like a sort of thing a magpie would do.
that also sounds really racist because just because your cat's black doesn't mean he
Oh
killed
my
a white cat.
god!
Like,
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ, that is
I just,
Oh, we know the
horribly
cat's
racist.
American.
I just think he's happier being by himself. I don't think he wants another cat in the house. Because this is how he used to
Well,
act. And then,
Or he's just fucking terrified that you're gonna have him offed like the fucking Russian mob or
Yes.
something.
Yeah. Hi, Beth. Hey, it's Boofany.
Hey, it's Boofity. All right, Boofty's here. Hi,
She-
Boofity.
She's sleepy. Hey, we were late too, so no biggie.
She's our ball of sunshine. Yeah, we just started.
I wasn't late.
like, a couple of minutes
Yeah,
ago.
okay, I was late.
Well, I mean, I
wa-
wasn't late either. I was actually here on time.
We download Twitch again due to getting. You got a new phone? What kind of phone did you get? I was waiting for phone. Yeah, it was my fault. I decided to go to the grocery store because my kids wanted stuff, and instead of going by a list, I just went down the aisles because I just needed so much fucking shit. Ooh, I'm a Galaxy girl. I love my galaxies. In Lila. Ooh.
She also bought a new foldable closet that she
No,
can build
I did
and
not.
put, and it's got a lot of shelving.
Fuckers. Fucking assholes. Oh, so, you know how I've been telling you guys that I need to go out and, like, to the bar and stuff, like, get out of my house and try new things and stuff?
Get laid, yeah.
No, not get laid, just get out of my house. I'm vitamin D deficient because I don't see the sun and I don't go out.
Well, yeah, that's what dates are for.
She's also, yeah, she's, wait, which one? What vitamin deficiency does the sun?
D.
D.
C?
D.
D? Oh, well, then, yeah, there you go. She also needs her vitamin C for cock.
Yes, I have a fiance.
Oh, did he finally do the thing? I told him to give you a ring made out of tinfoil if he had to.
I need more. During the podcast, I take those things away because people have been very mean to me.
Tinfoil? I would have just gone to a hardware store and got one of those fucking seal rings. Like they're fucking, what, pack
rubber?
100 for $5?
Wait until a gaming stream, and that'll be great, especially when I have Chaos Tricks going.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask if you turned that shit off for this thing.
Oh yeah, I turned it off for podcast. Well, we
Why,
got
you
spammed.
used to not?
We got spammed with fucking peaches for God. How long
Yeah, I
was
know,
that?
and you couldn't fucking
That's your own
do
fault for setting it
anything.
up.
Yeah, it is your own fault for leaving it up.
God, that's funny though.
I mean, I wouldn't leave it up for people while I'm like trying to do a thing like that.
But
I would.
anyway,
I would, because I know was going to happen.
so a few weekends ago, I did go out. I hit it's a well-known street in this area. It's called, and there's multiple bars down it called Hamilton Street. And I did it because it's close to home, so I know I would be able to get home safe if I drank. And well, the first bar I went to was Hamilton Street Pub. Now, I've been to this bar multiple times, but generally I'm with someone else. I bring
You
someone
sound a
else
lot
with me.
clearer now.
Yeah, the cat pushed my microphone away from my.
I was going to say, when we were switching to ASMR mode,
Yeah. Before it just sounded like you were kind of talking in a bathroom. Now it actually sounds like
I'm
you're
sorry.
talking in a regular room.
He keeps pushing it away. He keeps rubbing his cheeks on my microphone. That was so engrossing watching fast streamers. That work went by so quick. Oh, I love fast streamers. Who's your favorite? Who do you watch? For being a bad part. Yeah, well known for being. And Wolfa, I'll get to that here in a second. twerk because of his shake my bones. It was off. Just show a picture of my nasty ass after work for every. No. No one wants to see your ass, Joe. Except
Speaking
for
of
Sin.
looking at asses, guess where I'm streaming?
The ass site?
The Chatterbite. And-
Shadow bite. That's
Shadow
what it sounded like you said.
My
I
I'm
bad.
thought you said
streaming the
Chatterbite. It's like
Shadowbite.
I thought you said Chatterbite. It's like did GT have a new fucking release for the Terabyte sequel or some shit?
That's, I know, I thought she said shadow bite too. That's what it sounded like.
He's a partner with Fast. He's streaming the new update.
No,
on
guys,
this.
so what
But,
about that? You
okay,
went to
so-
a bar, got some dick, went home,
No,
took a
I
nap,
didn't
found
get
your cat
any
dead
dick.
the next day?
I think.
Well, you went for vitamin D.
Oh my god, shut up. So I went out to get out of the house. Anyway, so I went to the first bar and I had a guy, one guy sit right next to me and some older guys across the bar from me. And apparently there was an event that night called Pride Goth Night.
Speaking of which, and vitamin D, Clocks just wants you to know, Def, about the aim button. By any chance we're using it in the nightclub, you know, to take a shot.
No, I did not have any shots that night.
So you missed your aim. Should have aimed better.
I know, I should have. Though a guy did buy me a drink. And the guy right next to me kept trying to make conversation with me and was very fucking annoying. And then a married guy sat on my other side. And he looked like he was having a rough go of it. And so I started talking to him and found out that his mom had just died. And so he was telling me stories about his mom. But
That's a sharp line if I've ever heard one.
well, so after I have the 2 drinks and
Wait, is this the guy who lives in his mother's basement?
could be, and probably cuddles up with his mother's body still.
That actually happens.
Cicero?
Oh yeah, it does. It totally does. You need the shots thing for streams when drinking. Oh, dude, I'd get so fucked up. You guys would be mean to me. What's called disabled and given money by a stranger. Aw. But so I ate a quesadilla, finished my 2 drinks, and I paid off my tab, and I got up to go. I shook hands with the married guy, waved at the guy who bought me a drink, and the other guy next to me stood up and gave me a fucking hug. So I did the whole like thing where I like kept my body away from him and just used one arm and wrapped it around him and slightly tapped his back with like 2 or 3 fingers.
Thank you, weirdo guy.
Yep. And then I went on my merry fucking way. And now there's a little bit of walk between the Hamilton Street pub and You Don't Touch Me, I Break a Hand. Yes, Sin, exactly. But I was trying not to.
You need a hand? You're way too nice.
But so there's a little bit of a walk. So I called Puppy in between walking to the bar or to the next bar, and then the next one is an Irish pub. I forgot what it's called, and
The Leprechaun. We'll just call it the
I
Leprechaun.
mean, so the people go there.
it's not the best area the street. So
Leprechaun never is.
Every now and then I stop and I look around and be aware of my surroundings.
Why is
and
the Irish pub always down a dodgy road?
But anyway,
Even in Greece, it was the same thing. The dodgy roads had the Irish pubs.
no, goes in for a hug and gets shanked. Yeah, that'd be great.
Shank him with the vitamin D.
But so I walked into the Irish pub, sat down at the bar, and I tried to wave someone down to order a drink. Well, a guy gets up first in front next to me at the bar and hails down the bartender first, and I look over. It's the fucking guy that that gave me a hug. He followed me from the first bar down to the second bar. So, as he's in the middle of handing this bartender money and they're making his drink, I get up and I move to the next bar. Because he's not going to leave that drink. He paid for that drink. He's not going to leave it. Yeah, he followed me. And mind you, I had been on the phone with Puppy and kept stopping and looking around, and nothing was suspicious. which
Oh,
means
so he's a good stalker.
oh yeah. It was, yeah. Well, luckily that third bar is actually it's called Retro Rocks. It's a nicer bar. All lights are on, and they play good music, and it's a classier joint. A little more expensive, but fuck, to feel more secure and safe, I'll pay it. Whatever. So I've officially learned not to go to Hamilton Street Pub anymore by myself.
This is the
And
reason why people keep weapons concealed on them.
yep,
Yeah,
and
No one ever expects it.
yeah, but
Yay,
you're not
America.
you're not allowed to go into a bar with a gun.
Yeah.
No, you're not allowed to get caught going into a bar with a gun.
Yeah, but honestly, it's
Yay!
not worth
Wolf will go
like
out drinking
the
with
chance
me.
of getting caught, because then
But
you
you're like an hour
become
away,
a felon and you're never allowed to like legally own a gun again.
Yeah, that's why I keep a
Which
knife on me.
walking distance
Requires
down
a
the street
lot
from
more
that bar.
a lot more sneaking around if you want
Well,
to try to break that law.
I didn't have an issue with it, and I kept being
Yeah, I just keep
aware
knives
of
on
my-
me.
I had walked that street before. Okay, so now this was, like I said, that was a few weeks ago. Well, so this past Saturday, I my grandpa just passed away last week, and so my aunt and uncle came into town, and I went out to eat with them on Saturday, and then me and my brother TJ hit up a bar in near our hometown type thing. They do karaoke on Saturdays and stuff like that, and we had a good time. Thank you. My point was, if the bar isn't safe, none of them are in that area. Oh shush! Just because you walked.
Oh, death in this stream this time. How's your erections, everybody?
But and so this there's some people who live around in my area that were at that same bar as me, and I told them how what happened to me, and it's just like, yeah, that's not a great place or whatever. Well, after everyone had gone home and stuff, one of them messaged me because they live near Hamilton Street. They're like, just so you know, Hamilton Street is blocked off, and there are a whole bunch of cops down it right now. Like, well, fuck, I'm glad I didn't go down there. Come to find out, there was a shooting. One guy died, and the other had to go to the hospital.
Was it the guy that stalked you that got shot, or was he the one that did the shooting?
I have no idea. Though the one that died is a co-worker's cousin. Maybe I should ask. I didn't want to. This coworker of mine.
Yeah, ask your coworker if his cousin's like really creepy and stalks women.
No, I don't.
Or, well,
this
I
guy
guess.
is like the sweetest fucking guy. Like, and a really
always
hard
are.
worker. Really hard worker. He seems like a great dad. He has custody of his kids. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, not safe. I will go drive 20 minutes to
Oh, so he's rich.
No, he's not rich.
Well, how could he afford a lawyer to make the judge take the kids off of the woman and give them to the man?
Dirtbag mom who didn't give a shit, probably.
Well, in my experience, it doesn't really seem to matter. The woman just always gets the kids.
Well, I like
But
Metro
unless you can
Rocks.
afford a really
Hey,
good
Willow.
lawyer.
Yeah, this part of like I said, I'm in the nice part of the ghetto. Like the other side of the river has a lot more fucking shootings. I love being in shady parts of town, but I don't walk. What the fuck, Death? It was the one time. But yeah.
Death, I didn't hear anything. You just like your mic peaked or whatever. All I heard was it was the day.
It was the one time.
No, because it sounded like you just said like it
Okay.
was a D.
You
Okay.
went full Twitch streamer then.
Yeah, you fucking went really high pitch, and like I don't know if it peaked your mic or what, but I don't think anyone heard what you said other than it was a D.
Okay.
Fucking, what was the film Tropic Thunder where they say you went full Twitch streamer?
I got
Never
grab
go
my
full Twitch
ramen.
streamer.
I gotta grab my ramen. Okay, you three, you stop. I learned. Shush. Okay, I gave my update. You guys give your guys' updates. I need to grab my ramen. No?
I literally spent most of this week working on the thing that I sent you.
And I spent most of my week working with a stomach virus, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's pretty much our input. We don't have any like what is it? Like fucking tale of cautions or anything. Don't No, I mean, one thing that happened that was kind of new. A raccoon showed up on my porch, a really big one, and he was eating cereal out of a box that was sitting out there.
Is his name Miss Kitty?
And then a big yellow cat, like, he kept like looking off into my yard, but couldn't say anything because it was like 3 a.m. But or I couldn't, he could apparently. But then this like giant fucking yellow cat shows up on my front porch. Not my cat, just a random cat. But before the cat showed up, the raccoon like took off running. Like he went zipping off the fucking porch and just didn't come back. And then this big beefy cat comes up on my porch and is just kind of hanging around, looking in the windows and shit. That was fucking weird. I think that cat runs the fucking racket around here. I think he's like the kingpin or whatever. He ran a fucking raccoon off. A really big one too. That coon was like probably 20, 25 pounds.
I think Joe had it right. Miss Kitty is a raccoon, and you just scared Miss Kitty away.
No, that raccoon was way bigger than Miss Kitty. Nam Binkster.
A coked out raccoon.
I don't know. Yeah, he actually, you know what? He did look a little paranoid the way he kept like looking off and like off the porch into the yard, and then going back to eating, and then like looking back out into the yard, and then went back to eating, and finally like he took off, and this big yellow cat shows up and is like, "Yeah, this is my fucking play." He kind of smelled the cereal, but he didn't want any, and he just kind of wandered around looking in the windows.
Chopsticks. Who's this dirty? That's Joe. Doy. Wait, in Rog's area, it's a methed out raccoon. I don't know.
I don't.
Maybe high. Maybe high. A high one. I
didn't put no drugs in that cereal. It was just like old stale cereal put out there for like birds or whatever. And
we put laxatives out for the raccoons when we were younger. They ate
I do that for my coworkers.
Why? Doesn't that just make them shit a lot? You just want them to shit all over the place?
Yeah, we were hoping that would get them to stay away. It didn't.
Yeah, I had a Mennonite one time tell me a way to get rid of raccoons, rats, or any other kind of a pest, but is really fucked up. And somehow, to me, it just means it's more fucked up coming from like a religious person, like a Mennonite. But he was telling me one time how they used to deal
with... Jedi?
Huh?
Is that a type of Jedi? The fuck's a Mennonite?
They're kind of like the Amish, but they use like machines and electricity and shit, even though it's like minimal. If you don't know what the Amish are, just imagine what life was like in the 17 and 1800s, and that's the Amish people. Anyways.
Amish light. Amish lights.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're Amish light. Thank you, whoever said thank you.
Joe, they're Amish light.
Anyway.
Hey, Joe,
they wish.com
Joe, are you going to be doing your podcast anytime soon? Like, when am I supposed to be doing the shout out for your podcast, bud? See, we're even quiet because we're waiting on this.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the thing. Then I'll finish my Mennonite encounter.
Oh, continue. He's apparently taking forever, so go ahead and continue.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, this Mennonite told me that how they used to deal with pests like that and like stop shit from, like getting in the chicken coop or whatever, or fucking with their animals or whatever. They put cornmeal out mixed with like cement mix or concrete mix, whatever the fucking powder shit is that you put water in it and then you mix it up real good and then you dump it out and smooth it out and then it hardens into, cement or concrete. I can't remember which one's which. I know there's a difference between the two. I don't remember what it is. Anyway, you put that dried concrete mix shit in cornmeal, and whenever the coons and the rats and the whatever else comes along, and they start eating the stuff, it sets up in their stomachs because the moisture in your stomach, and it hardens inside them and plugs them up and kills them. A very painful way, I would imagine. But yeah, he said that's how they dealt with it. I was like, wow. I mean, you ever hear of like a trap? And he's like, yeah, the cats and stuff would get into that. Said that the cats and like the dogs and stuff wouldn't eat cornmeal. so they didn't have to worry about like their farm animals or whatever, like their pets and whatnot, getting into it. But the coons and rats would. So that's a really fucked up story a Mennonite told me one time.
That is fucked up.
I mean, I would just like shoot them with a 22 or something. Be a hell of a lot quicker than them dying a very slow, painful death. Or at least I imagine it is. I don't know. Because you're literally eating powder that turns into like a solid stone in your gut. I don't know. Animal cruelty. I don't believe in that type of shit. I want to put that out there. That's what a Mennonite told me.
That shit's nasty.
That's just fucking evil shit. But that's what they did.
Well, on a better note, I just sent a message to Pirate. That message being, I beat him first try.
Oh man, you really got to post that recording up for him so he can watch it.
At least just the end of the fight.
Okay, I wasn't even sure I was going to get it first try. I kind of had to do it just because Pirate said he couldn't do it.
Are we doing eating ASMR? I always eat on stream. Even when I first joined this Discord, I would sit and just eat on video, like in Discord, because it made me more...
Talk about her life.
Yeah, like I'm doing now.
One time she didn't like have any regular food. So I actually just like, I was sitting there, this was like way back. She didn't like have any like actual food prepared or whatever. So I seen her just eating out of a tub of butter, like with a spoon. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, she was just sitting there like eating a tub of butter with a spoon. It was fucking crazy.
Oh my god, you could... Don't fucking
Actually,
spread it
I'm
out.
making all of that up. It didn't happen. Well, I
Hey,
mean,
you didn't spread it
maybe
out,
she did,
apparently.
but- Yeah, she was eating right off the fucking spoon.
I'm gonna have people actually thinking that now, you know?
Well, I just made it up. I just said I made it up.
Yeah, but people are gonna forget that part, but remember the me eating butter part.
That's true.
We'll use anything if it means avoiding buying Tupperware. I'm using Tupperware
Or
right now to
just-
eat my ramen.
Pirate just replied, we can't be friends anymore.
Pirate!
Oh, damn it, Pirate. Just get good, Pirate. Just get good. Get good.
Okay, so if you guys notice, we're a day late. Well, technically a week and a day late, but whatever. Last week, just
We
were-
slept.
tired.
How you doing?
Oh my god, why is my phone so fucking loud?
I don't know if anybody else was tired. I was sleeping, so I wasn't awake to know. But
I was
I
tired
was
too.
tired.
So when you said that, I like, okay, I have no issues with this. Okay, turn down my notifications on. Hey, you wanna know the best kind of butter to eat? Cotton Patch butter. What the cotton patch? What the fuck is Cotton Patch butter? The restaurant?
what, straight out of the tub?
Well, I'm a fake Midwestern. Yeah. Oh, sure. But so that was that, and then we postponed it from yesterday because I had an event that I went to with Alway and some other Metal Drac, Alway, Metal Drac's girlfriend, Alway's wife, and a couple other local streamers to me.
Wait, Metal Drag is your... Wait, is Alway's girlfriend and wife? Or...
No, Metal Drac is Alway's friend. And then they brought their significant others.
Oh, okay. Because like the way you worded that made me think
I
that
can't
like...
remember. I know her real name.
I was going to ask
but
if
she's
Metal
also a
Drag had
streamer.
split personalities or something, like if there was two
He
people in
could.
there. And,
He could. I don't know.
and Aoi only married one of them, so like the other one's just kind of his girlfriend or something. Like I didn't understand. We're good now.
Pirate now just sent me a message like when he starts mass banning Rando, he's going to tell everybody that I told him to do it.
Yeah,
I
well,
think he's a little bit upset that I just did that fight that he couldn't do on easy, and I just did it on hard first try.
yeah, he did it in like 10 minutes, so.
It was less than that.
Oh, I thought somebody said something about Medusa in the chat, but they said Madhouse or something. I don't know.
Oh fuck!
Anyway.
Which containers has the actual? What the fucking a? What's going on? Okay, it's a restaurant in Texas, and I swear having the butters. Oh, we have a steakhouse here called like Logan's Roadhouse, and they do like a cinnamon butter. Oh fuck yeah, that's Yeah, there you go, Texas
Maybe a
Red House.
steakhouse
There you
run by
go.
Wolverine.
Mm.
Same here, to be honest. It's been a while since.
Anyway, Death, continue.
But this event is called Weinstein. Basically, they have 19 restaurants that you go to, and they offer an alcoholic beverage and a snack. And these are littered throughout the whole town. A couple of them on the outskirts, and then a majority of them right in the middle of town, and you can just walk them. Well,
so you went to an alcoholics convention.
So basically, because it was basically 19 shots in the matter of 4.5 hours. No,
okay, you
4
went to an
4 hours.
alcoholics convention.
5:30 to 9:30.
Oh, beating the American high school record.
Fuck Logan's and their fake ass butter. Yeah, chaos. I don't do chaos tricks during fucking this shit. No. AA's for quitters. No, that's a joke, guys. If you have a problem, if you seek help. Is a joke.
Correction, seek the right type of help.
Right, the right type of help. Correct, right type of help. But
Yeah.
yesterday it was almost 90 degrees out, and so we did all this walking. We did basically 4 hours of walking yesterday, in 90-degree weather, and to keep. This is a tourist town that this is in, so they have their normal clientele that they get, and then on top of that, this event. So they tried to set separate bars aside for this event, and there's just like lines everywhere for this thing. It was fun. You definitely has to be with the right group of people, which I went with the right group of people. I love them. Alway got me into this group of friends, and they're really good people. But towards the end of it, I ended up skipping like 3 of the 5 at the end. Wolf, if that says Discord notification, I get to kick you the next time I see you. And so, because I had to drive after that. And Aries is my favorite angry European.
Technically not a European anymore since Brexit.
Well, hold on. Are you, since you've been living in Ireland for a while now?
I still have an English passport. I refuse to get an Irish one.
Okay.
He does not have an Irish citizenship.
Oh, you're actually playing overrated Watch Val. Hey, there's a new game that we gotta play with Aries. Aries has been testing it out. It's a different shooter.
It's got a lot of jank to it, but it is actually a good game. If they fix the jank, it could be a really good game.
Hey.
What's that? Are you guys talking about Overwatch again?
No.
No, Cursed Cuisine Royale. It's a battle royale game, but they tried to put some fun stuff into it.
I just heard you guys talking about how bad a game was. I just assumed it was Overwatch.
Well, no, because we're talking about a game.
Oh, so.
Oh.
Did you already let him know what game it was, Aries? Because you said he already has it downloaded.
The Valiant, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent him the link to the game.
Talk about horse penises.
I told him about it anyway.
Yeah. No, Rog has something more important than horse penises tonight.
Yeah, I got a really...
His own penis.
Yeah.
With the Wankmaster 3000. He was testing that sucker out this past weekend.
I had lost it like a couple of weeks ago, but I found it today. And I screwed it back on, and it's better than ever. It got lost in the dishwasher again. It happens.
And it got lost because you're blind, or you have a really big ass dishwasher.
Nah, it's just a really big dishwasher.
Or
it's also very violent inside that.
Or do you have a woman in the house and you call her dishwasher?
No, thank God, no. No, God, no, thank God.
Well, no, because if he did that, he'd be getting slippers thrown at his head.
Yeah. Well, maybe. My dream.
What is the plural of penis?
Penises.
Penises. It's not peni. It's penises.
Yeah, it can't be peni. Who thought that?
Joe.
Peanut. It's not peanut, Joe. It's penal.
Unless it's attached to one person, then it's Hydra.
Yeah. And every time you get one cut off, 2 more grow back in its place. Kind of sucks though once you get up to like 10 or 15 different penises, because whenever you start to get an erection, you kind of pass out from the lack of blood flow to your head.
Although I will say, when you get to that point and you can master the helicopter, you're going places.
Okay.
It'd also be the world's most probably viewed porn star at that point, just for the curiosity's sake. Actually, it wouldn't even be like, oh man, I love to see a woman getting pounded by like 8 different dicks at the exact same time from the same person. Nah, it's more like, I just want to see, like, that's weird. I want to see that.
Although thinking about it, once you get to that point, you wouldn't need your own AC unit. You'd be your own fan.
I suppose, especially if you can gyrate just right. Be like a propeller.
Okay, so Buffany didn't enjoy Overwatch. Her and her boyfriend tried, and they would get wiped.
That a girl, Buffany. See,
yeah.
she's smart. That's why I like her.
It's why
yeah, play Paladins instead. It's much better.
Or another Splitgate. We need to get Splitgate again.
Yeah. No, Cuisine first.
When are we gonna play
Okay.
that
Podcast,
one
I suppose.
YouTuber game again, or whatever?
YouTuber game.
The fucking
The one that they
Lethal
was like
Company
really
knockoff.
broken, but
Oh, content warning!
warning.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we fucking have to play some content warning.
yeah, I've
warning.
been like wondering about that. but
Alway wants to
nobody's-
play that too, so. Okay, the plural
That is
form
Clocks.
of penis. Yes.
She's
Joe.
very subtly been mentioning it every fucking day.
The
Well, I
two-
mean, I've been kind of wanting to play it, but like
Minus
nobody's
minus correct.
fucking been interested, so I just was like,
Okay,
I'll go
so
fuck
we're right,
myself
cool.
and go find
Hey,
something
Jack!
else to do.
Oh. Even Willow
Hi,
plays
Clocks.
Paladins.
I don't know
Jack.
what I've been listening to for the last 45 minutes, but I'm scared. Hey, this has actually been pretty decent, except for
Yeah, this is-
Rog's losing his penis in his dishwasher.
No, I found it.
And I beat that boss on hard that Pirate couldn't do on easy. And ended up rage quitting the game.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm gonna be
Sorry.
rubbing that in for a while.
Anyway, we should probably start my other thing, though.
Hold on. Wolf sent me something. It might be important.
No, Wolf's probably just sending you pictures of.
Nope.
penises or-
I totally get to fucking kick him.
you
Totally fucking get to kick him. He literally sent me a message. Discord noise.
Oh. I didn't hear it.
Willow! We gotta play some more League.
You-
I'm talking
You only
about
sent Discord
Rock.
note? You could have at least sent it right.
I'm fucking... Puppy.
Like, that's what you're supposed to
What?
do.
What?
Aries! God damn it. And
I sent her a
Puppy-
message that says Discord notification.
Okay. And Puppy's getting upset because I'm looking at your guys' messages and not looking at his texts and responding.
Oh my god. Hurry up and do all that stuff. I don't know what it is, but hurry up and do it.
I'll flick Puppy.
Do it.
Do it. I have to play content warning. I never get to an Aries hears me complain cast. I want to play content warning too, Clocks. So, yeah.
Hey, look on the bright side, Dep. If you see Puppy, then you can just smack him on the nose and say bad dog.
But see, then I think I did something wrong because I'm too submissive for that shit.
I mean, yeah, just run your face into the carpet or something. Wait, what are we talking about?
A lot of different stuff. Oh my...
Yeah, like we're
Yeah.
fucking bouncing all over the place.
Well, chat's... holy shit right now. I'm trying to talk to you right now, Puppy, but there's a lot going on in chat right now. Sin's gonna flick Puppy for me.
Okay.
Willow's in here. Puppy's yelling at me for looking at my phone, but not talking to him.
Puppy, stop looking at your phone or whatever.
No. No, he wants me to stop looking at my phone
Oh.
unless I'm responding to him.
Oh, okay,
Um,
well stop looking at your phone unless you're responding to your, owner or whatever.
Owner. To my owner. And Willow Mrs. Paladins. Well, get a hold of Aries. He likes playing Paladins. And I'll pop in and I'll try.
Hey, Jack.
Don't have content warning. Looks fun. Put on your wish list for when it comes on sale. Maybe you'll hit a really good sale.
I got it for 100% off.
Yeah, we got it the first day it came out, and it was free that first day.
Yeah,
Also,
it
Puppy
came
and
out
Joe's
on
breaking
April
his machine.
1st.
And you were able to play just as much of the game.
I know she's.
You truly got your value worth.
Oh
It was
yeah.
really broken.
Then I have to fix it. If I break his machine, then I have to do that. I want to be an owner. Willow, you want to be my owner? What's going on? Run his pinky toe over. Also, yeah, I'll have to put it on my wish list for real. Blasto will do that for free on accident. Nope. Yes, puppy. No one's gonna take over. You're my owner. We already know.
Yeah, just put a chain on her. Make sure you get her shots and her tags too. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, guys, I worked on something this week for the
Hard.
podcast.
He worked on it hard.
Yeah, I actually did put like a lot of time and effort into it. Most of it was just research, but I wanted to do something a little bit different and wanted to do something that I actually had an interest in, and this is a thing that actually caught my attention back in high school. And I've kind of been, well, not just this particular event, but a bunch of other events too that are also kind of mysterious, kind of weird, that happened in history that very clearly, obviously happened, but nobody knows. Well, for a long time, nobody knew what caused this particular event. But we're going to be talking about the Tunguska event, if anybody knows what that is. No, it's not BDSM. I don't know who wrote that, but Tunguska is not anything to do with BDSM.
Yeah, it's to do with cunnilingus.
I also don't know what that means.
Joe knows this story.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I went and did a whole bunch of research on it and did a thing. So, but anyways, so the chat's moving way too fast. I don't know anything what anyone is saying.
Okay, let's see what we got. They're just saying they thought it was gonna be S&M, that your story, and then you said it.
Why?
Because it's us. I prefer analingus Aries. Analingus.
They like it in the butt, I'm guessing. They like anal
Okay.
lingus. I'm guessing
Okay.
lingus means sex and anal means butt, so they like butt sex.
Eat the booty like groceries, I guess.
Well, I suppose arguably you can't talk shit unless you reload from somewhere.
Eating ass death. Oh. Okay. So Joe likes to eat ass. Go sin. I knew what he was working on. I just couldn't say anything. I'm gonna fall over the way he said that. Yep. Okay. Oh, and Wolf shared in Spit Roast chat a picture that he sent to me. So I'm gonna go there. So here's different butt plugs. But I'm sorry, Rog.
Well, that has nothing to do with my thing. I don't know why we're looking at butt plugs now. Tunguska event was definitely not caused by butt plugs. I can assure you of that. There's plenty of evidence to indicate that it's not.
Those ones are boring. My personal favorite is where the end of the butt plug was a whistle.
That's funny. Okay, guys, we're moving on. Woof, we're moving on. Okay, go ahead.
Putting a plug in it.
We're putting a plug in it. And we're talking about this. Okay, Rog. Rog did all the work on this. He typed a whole bunch of shit up for us, and you know how hard that can be for him.
Yeah, it probably took me twice as long to get down what it would take a normal person to get down. Like somebody else could do the exact same amount of work and they would get done twice as fast. But I'm not here for that. I just really found this particular thing interesting and, figured, hey, I'm gonna go do some research on it. And while I was doing that, I was like, hey, I might do this for the podcast. So, yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
if you like it,
let us know.
Good. If you don't, then,
And if you like it, definitely let us know, because we might turn it into a thing where we pick out some weird phenomenon or history event and go into it a little deeper.
Phenomenon. Phenomenon.
I do that every fucking time.
I don't know what that means. I think that's the what you call it song.
That's my podcast phenomena. No,
Oh.
I thought you were doing killers, serial killers
I don't.
for Joe. Oh. I didn't realize you were doing events. I thought you were just doing serial killers, because I was gonna look into like Chernobyl. Because I find that one fascinating. There was a fucking HBO thing on it, and
Hey, it was another one that happened in Russia, because that's where the Tunguska event happened. Was in Russia, Siberia.
Dude, if you're gonna cover all of that in one podcast, what the fuck are we left to do? None of these guys know any current events.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck
because
about
we don't
current
give a
events.
shit.
Yeah, Joe can do the current event. I don't care. I don't know anything about that
No,
bullshit. That shit's all
he
boring.
does historical events, true crime, and cold cases. Rog has conspiracy. He's not that big into conspiracy theories. He does have a few, but not that big. Okay, Rog Sin wants you to give a. Rog hasn't gotten into the thing yet, so you haven't missed much. We've been getting distracted.
Yeah, by people sending butt plug pictures to Death to see which one she wants, because they're buying it for her wedding.
Okay. Please don't.
I only do. I see somebody put in there they like historical events or whatever. I only work on or am interested in the like weird historical events. Like I don't give a fuck about, you know. I mean battles and stuff. Sure, like I know about that type of shit, like historical battles and shit. But I like the more mystery-based type shit, which is probably what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, go ahead.
If people like it.
Okay, go ahead and start us off, Rog, and tell me what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because I suck at reading, so at least reading out loud.
Joe's doing crack, apparently.
Oh, well, good for you, Joe.
Oh, he's doing analingus.
No,
Yeah.
the only okay, I just seen somebody in there said something about Rog's conspiracy theories or some shit.
Look,
Look, I don't have that many. It's just that every time something weird happens and then the news stops covering it, I know it's zombies. That's all. Like that's the only one. Like that fucking boat that drove into that bridge a couple of months ago. I know zombies were loose on that boat and attacked all the people. And then they drove the boat into the bridge because, you know, the zombies killed everybody on board, so you know nobody left to drive the boat. Or like the zombies went down and like started, you know, attacking people in the generator room or what the fuck ever, and then somebody fell into the generator and got pulled into it and fucked it all up, and that's why it lost power. Trust me, zombies were involved in that somehow. I don't know how, but they were. Anyway. Now, but zombies didn't have anything to do with this.
That we know
of. Yeah. I
Maybe
don't
what
think,
causes zombies.
Maybe. Actually, there are some, it's not, I didn't have them in the notes I sent you guys, but there actually is some really weird conspiracies out there about this event that floated around for decades afterwards. Anyway, so the Tunguska event was an event that happened in Siberia, Russia, back in 1908. It happened on June 30th of 1908, actually. And it was by far one of the largest explosions recorded in human history. But to anybody who's out there and, you know, knows a little bit about history, nuclear weapons weren't created until 1945.
Here,
So it wasn't those.
Okay, let me interrupt you here. Okay, so was just a random area, or was it a building of some sort, or?
Oh no, this happened out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Wherever anybody lives that they're like, yeah, I live in bumfucked Egypt. Yeah, this is further out than that.
Okay.
This was an incredibly secluded place.
And and they just heard it. Well, I guess when we get
Well,
to
they
the
felt
eyewitness.
it, heard it, and saw it.
Oh, okay.
They went, they got everything. They saw and heard and fucking everything. It was a pretty crazy thing. You can skim through those notes that I gave you, the opening, up at the top there, and
Yeah, I should
you can
probably
put
do
that.
that. My bad.
You can put that in your own words if you want. You don't got to do it the way I fucking wrote it up, but
Well, I figure it's better if I just ask you because you tend to just know it anyway.
well, I do know a lot about that because this shit's like kept my interest. I remember I checked a book out of the high school library. I think I was in like 10th grade, and I don't know. I think it was a book of like
Southern Wilderness.
weird history or mysterious history or some bullshit like that. It wasn't a very big book, but this event was in it. And whenever I first like opened it up, started reading it, I was like, oh, well, this was obviously somebody playing around with a nuclear weapon somewhere out in the middle of nowhere in Russia. But then, you know, I learned in history class around the same time about, you know, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I learned that, no, the first nuclear weapons that we created was made decades after this happened, so it couldn't have been that. Which, yeah, for anybody that cares, the first nuclear detonation on the planet happened in... Hold on a second. Oh. Yep, 1945. I was right. I have it in my notes there. It was July 16th of 1945. And that, if that wasn't the one that they dropped on or one of the ones they dropped on Japan, that was actually just a test.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did that down in or down like New
And it
Mexico.
technically failed the test.
Well, I mean, it blew up.
It blew up, but the amount of fucking... I forgot the fucking name of it, my brain's fried. The shit that makes it go boom. It was like the equivalent of a fucking paper knight that blew up, as opposed to the full load.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the first nuclear bomb ever detonated, and I know a lot of people think that the first ones detonated were like in Japan, but they weren't. Well, they had to test this shit to make sure that they just weren't going to drop a big heavy piece of steel on a fucking city that wasn't going to do anything. They wanted to make sure that the fucking thing worked, so they did test it. Or they tested one.
They kind of tested it because they weren't sure if it was going to set the atmosphere on fire, because that does have a burning point, and they didn't know if the nuke was going to set that off.
Oh yeah, there was that as well. But luckily they didn't. I mean, they didn't know if it was going to happen. They just went ahead and did it anyway, which, you know, would have turned the Earth into a small sun for a couple of days. And then nothing would be alive. But, you know, that's not what happened. We're all still here, so...
So far.
Just so you know, that's the kind of crazy shit that the military government does. Oh, you know what, this might destroy the world, but fuck it, let's do it anyway and see what happens.
Well, yeah, because
Where's
it's
that-
the race. It's the race to be the first one to do it.
Well...
And just in case anyone's wondering, don't worry, the world didn't catch fire.
Yet.
Yeah, it's just that area was glassed. I mean, they fucking just turned it into a big sheet of glass. But yeah, it was on a bomb range in New Mexico. I had the exact location, but I didn't figure anybody would really care. Just the fact it was in New Mexico, and you know, they glassed the whole area. Pretty
I
wild.
never actually checked this. Did they ever preserve the first test site, or did they just do away with the whole thing?
Well, why the hell would they preserve? Like, what, as a fucking monument to the power that we've created?
I mean, to be fair, if I was somebody who made a bomb that could turn fucking desert into glass, yes, I would want to keep that fucking place preserved.
I mean, I don't know if I don't think you could go there and visit and like look at it like, oh hey, look,
Well,
this is where they blew that thing up.
I don't mean to keep it as a fucking place for people to visit. I mean just as a, you know, a fucking monument of like, this is something that we fucking did or some shit like that.
Well, I mean, they recorded it in the history books, but beyond that, I think because it was on a bomb range, a bomb testing range, is where they detonated the very first nuclear weapon. Up until that point, they just tested conventional bombs, the regular kind that just goes boom and levels maybe an area of about half of a city block. But then they detonated this thing, which was able to glass a pretty large area. So yeah, it was. I don't know if they kept it. I would assume that since it's on a bomb testing site, not a lot of people went in there anyway. But I would imagine they continued to test bombs on that site that would have probably broken the glass, like shattered the sheet of glass that it turned the ground into, whatever was left.
I
Although
wonder what they did with the glass afterwards. Then.
I was gonna say there's probably people on eBay selling chunks of that glass, though. I don't know if you want to play with it because it might be irradiated. I don't know like how long it takes for something like that to lose its irradiated effect.
Technically never.
Well, I
It
mean,
loses at the point where it's safe-ish to handle.
they got like half-lives on them and shit. Like I don't remember the half-life of, well, I know that they use plutonium for these ones, but beyond that, I don't.
Boofney says she wouldn't mess with that, to be honest.
Who?
Boofney.
Um, yeah, I mean, maybe put it inside of a like lead glassed case or something in your house, maybe.
And Joe's
But
wondering if the uranium glass is edible.
uh,
Spicy glass.
Technically, yes.
Technically, anything is edible. Technically.
well, once, yeah.
Yes, once.
But yeah, no, it's that was our first nuclear test. Up until that point, everything we had was just your regular conventional bombs and artillery. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had some pretty big bombs that can fuck some shit up, and artillery and mortars and like all these other explosives. Like we can fuck plenty of shit up, but not like nuclear weapons, and definitely not like what the Tunguska explosion, or well, event, because it was an event. It was more than just one explosion. That's another thing that a lot of people think, that it was just one. Like the people that know about it thinks that it was just one explosion. But I managed to find some eyewitness accounts of people that were there that morning, and some of them. I mean, it depends on where you are. You got to understand, this area is very big. It's not like. I'll put it to you this way: there's nowhere in the United States and most likely Canada that is as secluded as this area was. And anybody that knows a little bit about the States or Canada, Canada's got some pretty deep woods. Yeah, this is like kind of in some areas way farther than like out in the middle of nowhere than even Canadians' woods.
I didn't even think of that. The trees have acted as shielding and they still fucking got it.
Well, I mean, some of these, one of these people were estimated to be, I think it was about 40 miles from the blast site, but the area was incredibly sparsely populated. And, well, I'll just go ahead and let Death do this part, because she's got this stuff.
Okay, which part is this?
The top.
The notes?
Oh, I forgot to remove that. Yeah. That's not really the notes. That was meant to be the intro, but yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Because you already said June 30th, 1908. Sometime between 7:15 to 8 in the morning, there were actually a series of massive blasts that rocked the area of the Podkamennaya Tunguska River.
Close enough. It's fucking. It's Russian. No, nobody fucking we need a Russian in here to pronounce that word, but yeah.
This area was so
Podkamenya.
sparsely. What? I'm sorry. Say that, Aries.
Podkamenya.
There we go. See, Aries. Bilingual. Well, multilingual. This area was so sparsely populated by people, an estimated 3 people died. Oh, there was actually an estimated 80,000 reindeer died. Oh, not the reindeer.
Yeah.
80 million trees.
That's what I said as well. It's like, fuck
Yeah.
the people, this is the reindeer.
Well, that just goes to like that's goes to show like how sparsely populated the area was. This blast was incredibly powerful, and only 3 people died. And yeah, the reindeer, those reindeer. It was like the fucking apocalypse for reindeer that day.
The genocide.
That was
Santa must have been having a horrible time that year.
Didn't think about that, but yeah, he probably did. 80,000 reindeer got wiped off the face of the planet in like just a
Fuck
few minutes.
Santa. That's what that was. Fuck Santa.
And also, I didn't put this in there, but naturally there was an assortment of a lot of other woodland creatures like bears and wolves and all that stuff too. I mean, it wasn't just like it just didn't call the reindeer. It well, she'll tell you what happened to that forest.
Yes, I will. An estimated 80 million trees were flattened and scorched within 800 square miles, or 2,100 square kilometers. Seismographs across Eurasia picked up the blast, in some cases being recorded as 5 on the Richter scale. How did they know? The Richter scale wasn't a thing then, was it?
Translated to the Richter scale today, they still have the seismographs of that event, and to have it, like, I guess you could say, like, translated or like transferred to like how powerful it would be on the Richter scale, it was a 5.0.
Yeah, it was basically an educated guess, but based on the damage and how far
Like, yeah, at the
widespread the
time,
damage was.
at the time, they didn't say, "Oh man, this is a 5.0 on the Richter scale." The thing that hasn't been invented yet. They were able to keep like the recordings of that, like the fucking papers and shit that they would like scribble on. How seismographs work. They kept those papers because obviously this was a rather big, fucked up, scary event that for a long time nobody knew what the fuck happened. So they would, they kept it, and by today's standards, yes, it would have been a 5.0.
Okay, and the Richter scale goes up to 10, for those of you who need to know. The first widely used method, the Richter scale, was developed by Charles F. Richter in 1934. Yeah, okay, so yeah. He used a formula based on the aptitude of the largest... Thanks for the information. Y'all, Pirate says hi. Tell Pirate to get his ass in here. Let me see. Where was I? The airwaves from the blast were detected all across Europe and even detected in Washington, D.C. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a great blue column of flame or a bright flash in the sky and the sound of artillery fire in the distance. People closer to the largest blast reported being knocked off their feet, shattered windows, and damage to structures from the shockwave. 4 days after the initial event, the night sky across Asia and Europe glowed, and in some locations it looked as if it were daytime all night.
Okay, now you're gonna notice that a lot in this story. They compare this blast to artillery fire, because that's pretty much the closest thing that most of the people that witnessed this can like compare to. That or thunder for the people that had never, which there was one eyewitness account. He was a tribesman that lived in the area. He obviously, being rather primitive and well in the middle of fucking nowhere, had never been in any kind of a battle or have like heard cannons necessarily firing, or if he had, it wasn't how he compared it. I believe he said that to him it was more like great thunder. But yeah, a lot of these people, they knew what cannons sounded like, they knew what artillery sounded like, so that's what they used as an example to describe what they heard. Sorry, continue.
What do you want me? Do you want me to start going to the eyewitness accounts?
I mean, yeah, unless people's got questions in the chat here.
I don't know. Does anyone have questions?
There's a lot of shit going on in the chat.
Mainly Pirate saying hi and people telling him to get in here.
Oh.
I think he's not coming in here because he wants to call me an arsehole. We won't be able to resist it.
He says maybe. We'll see. Okay.
Maybe.
So the first eyewitness account, Aries, you're an asshole. Okay, that's from Joe. Joe says, Aries, you're an asshole. Tell him everyone is yelling.
But yeah, it goes without saying.
Okay. So the first eyewitness account is from a man who was sitting outside a house at a trading post facing north. Let's see. Saw what he described as the sky splitting in two and a blue column of fire as bright as the sun moving through the sky. The split grew wider and wider until the entire northern sky looked to be entirely on fire. Immediately, the witness noticed extreme heat. So much so that it felt like their shirt was on fire. He recalled a strong, hot wind that left actual pathways between the houses. Then suddenly the sky seemed to close back up and strong thump sound was heard, followed by being knocked off his feet by several meters. Being stunned by the blast wave and somewhat out of his mind, he could still recall the sounds of cannons firing and thuds like stones falling from the sky. He covered his head and pressed himself as low to the ground as possible. After a few minutes, his wife came rushing out of the house and found him on the ground. Helping him up and back into the house, the sounds of artillery and the thuds of stones falling were still heard for a few minutes. Crops were damaged, being beaten down by the strong searing wind. Houses and buildings were damaged. Many windows were blown out. Even an iron lock on the shed was found to be snapped. This account occurred around 40 miles or 65 kilometers from the largest blast.
Yeah, see, that makes me want a Russian wife because she literally ran into what amounted to a fucking war zone with shit falling out of the sky and loud explosions to save her husband and drag him into the fucking house. I want a wife like that. Russian women are very dedicated to their men. That's what I've learned in this.
Well, yeah, because there's nothing else to do.
I've had a Russian friend, and yeah, they're not afraid to kick the shit out of their husbands.
That's not
Kind of funny.
interesting.
I don't know if Aries changed that one part, but the second one, that the second account, not the tribesman one, I think the way I sent it was the third one, the third eyewitness account. Yeah, I should have changed that too. I'm sorry, I ran out of time.
It's all good. I even gave you more time.
I just numbered them 2 and 3 for the order.
Okay, so the after one.
What do you mean the after? The third one down would be. There's one that starts off talking about a tribesman and his first-hand account of what he saw that day.
Yep.
Not that one. The one after that is the.
Okay.
Supposed
The one that
starts
off after climbing free of the debris.
Okay. Okay. See, we're professionals, guys. And then I'm gonna fuck around and find out exactly. After climbing free of the debris of the hut, they looked up.
Oh no, not that one. That's all part of the tribesman account.
Well, you made it into a paragraph, mister.
No, well, I didn't mean to.
Okay.
It's
So another report stated that a group of people inside a building heard what sounded like strong winds, followed by a tremor that rocked the building as if it were hit by a large solid object, with an additional 3 thumps, followed by what one witness explained as dozens of trains moving through the area at once. Afterwards, what witnesses described as many artillery salvos?
Yep, salvos.
What's that?
It's like a series of
This
shots.
missile strikes, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, or missiles. But they didn't have those back then, so they again compared it to cannon fire or artillery
Oh
fire.
yeah, it would be cannons, wouldn't it? I forgot, because the fucking pirate ships would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
As well.
It's just like a series of shots. Sometimes in like 3s or 5s,
Okay.
like at once.
Described as many artillery salvos being fired far off in the distance. The witnesses said it sounded like 50 to 60 of them that were fired for that. This lasted for several minutes, progressively getting farther away. A few minutes after the distance artillery sounds faded, 6 more thumps were heard, resembling cannon fire that was much louder and followed by more tremors. A massive ash cloud could be seen far to the north, rising up where most of the booms were heard. The ash cloud slowly dissipated throughout the day and was gone by 4 p.m. that day.
And then you can do the tribesman one. But yeah, that one was in a more populated area. That one didn't get hit as hard as the first guy. You'll see why the third one, why the tribesman one was, as far as I could find this account of what the tribesmen in the area saw, they were easily the closest to the blast, but couldn't really find out how close they were. At least, well, not to the blast. This next one is going to be what you would imagine the end of the world would probably look like. I did touch it up because, again, these are translated from Russian and whatever language the tribesmen speak in Siberia, because they don't really these people don't really consider themselves Russians. They're the equivalent to like our Native Americans. They're like, white people showed up, started fucking with shit, and they didn't really want any parts of it. That's just think of it like that.
Oh, there's an ad.
Oh well, we should probably wait for the ad to be over.
Yeah.
Imagine not using ad blocker.
I don't know. Somebody's got an ad.
I have an ad. Well, no, the people watching me are watching the ad.
Beth has an
Yeah.
ad.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm laughing at them because they don't have an ad blocker.
Somebody said ad over.
Okay, so this is the
Is that a new drug?
like fuck it all.
Good song.
I'm on my phone, dick. And done with overrated watch. Like forever.
Ad block works on the phones as well.
Let's see. Okay, so a tribesman of the area was awoken in his family's hut along with his brother by what they described as someone shoving them. They heard whistling and strong winds. So hold on, does that mean it's aliens? Because someone was shoving them.
Well, we'll get to that.
Imagine laughing at people who blocker don't work. Fucker. What are Let's see. Okay, then they were shoved again. His brother asked him if he could hear those birds flying over the hunt. Then they were shoved again, so hard that they fell into the fire. They were both terrified and were screaming for their mothers, their mother, father, and other brother, but no one responded. Still inside the hut, they could hear sounds coming from outside. The sounds of trees crashing down all around them. After getting up to run outside to see what was happening, but then the sound of thunder struck. The earth started to tremble and wind hit their hut, knocking it down. They were pushed down by the stick frames of the hut, but their head was in the clear, and they saw the trees on fire and falling. It was so bright.
Yeah, that's how he described it. Like I said, it didn't translate too well to English. That's just the words that they used.
Okay. It was so bright, like a second sun was in the sky. It hurt my eyes. I even closed them, and it was like what the Russians call lightning. And immediately there was another loud thunderclap. It It was clear blue skies that day with the sun shining brightly, and then we saw the second sun, the witness said. After climbing free of the debris of the hut, they looked up on a different place, saw another flash followed by another loud thunderclap, and a strong wind came again, knocking them off their feet. They were able to see the shock wave hitting more of the trees around them, snapping off the tops of more trees. While looking around at the flames in devastation, one of the tribesmen yelled, "Look up!" and pointed. The witness looked up and suddenly saw a different flash followed by another thunderclap, but this one was quieter and sounded more like normal thunder. And then one more thunderclap was heard, but this one was much quieter and farther away to the west. That was the fifth and last sound of of thunder they heard that day.
That would suck. You don't know what you just woke up from somebody fucking pushing you. At least you thought that's what it was. Your fucking house gets blown over. You climb out of the fucking shit. You know, you try to stand up, see what the fuck's happening. Fucking wind keeps coming along and knocking you down. The fucking sky's on fire. The fucking trees are all knocked down and on fire. Like, that would scare the shit out of anybody. I don't care how battle hardened you are, because, well, at the time, they didn't have the types of weapons that could do this type of shit.
We still don't.
Well, not like that. Not without nuclear, anyway.
Even nukes gotta fucking pull shit off like that.
Well, yeah, nukes can't cause multiple explosions. They can do one big one, but I mean, maybe that's all you need. But yeah, these poor bastards just kept getting knocked down. They're trying to get up. They're trying to get to their feet. The family's missing. That would be fucking horrifying to anybody. I really felt bad for that guy whenever I was going through his account. I was like, God damn, dude, this poor fucking native, no fucking clue. His fucking house got taken out. And it's not like you can just go build a new one with the logs because all the logs are on fire. Anyway, some of the theories that people... I seen somebody in the chat there kept saying aliens. I've seen that like 3 or 4 times now.
No, it was just once.
Oh, I thought I seen aliens up toward the top too. Like, way earlier. Interestingly enough, one of the theories for many decades afterwards, especially after the whole Roswell thing happened in 47, a lot of people thought that maybe aliens. Yeah, like a fucking spaceship, whatever, lost control somewhere over Siberia. And
that would have been one hell of a kinetic strike.
they slammed into the fucking
What, did they have a Japanese pilot?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, this would have been before World War II. I'm not sure. Actually, I didn't look this up. I don't know when the first actual plane took flight. I know it was the Wright brothers that did it in Kitty Hawk, but I don't actually know what like when the first flight was made. And I mean, those would have been very primitive planes that the Wright brothers were using. I don't think they could stay aloft nearly as long as the planes in like World War II could.
Okay,
but
you just remind me of the first parachute guy.
Okay,
such a dumb way to die.
I wouldn't have wanted to have been that guy.
We got Joe here on Team Antimatter. And Willow says aliens are cool.
If it was antimatter, we wouldn't have a planet left.
Well, that's another theory. Not quite antimatter, but another theory, and I believe this one was made in created, whatever, theorized, and
he meant dark matter.
Yeah, I know what he meant. I know dark matter and antimatter and all that.
Correcting.
Anyway, I don't remember exactly when now. I think it was in like somewhere around the 60s to 80s. There was I guess you could say, I don't really know if you want to call these necessarily conspiracy theories, because there really wasn't like a government, like the Russian government at the time wasn't covering this up. They just didn't know what happened. And they were, saying like, we don't know what the fuck happened. Wait, I eat raw computers.
Potatoes.
Oh, yeah. So what's your point?
I mean, they ran Doom on potatoes, so technically they are from computers now.
Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, I've eaten raw potato. What's your point? I don't understand what the problem is. Anyways, one of the theories that sprang forward from this event over the years was a black hole, a very small one, not a big one, nothing like what's in the center of our galaxy, or anything crazy huge, or even a like small one. Some scientists and other people had theorized that a rather small, like very very small black hole had hit the Earth, flying through our atmosphere and causing extreme devastation over an area. Because while I always thought that a black
Wouldn't
hole
work because black holes wouldn't cause a shockwave like that. They absorb the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was my thing. I always thought that a black hole would just suck things in. Now, there's all kinds of theoretical physicists talking about how like micro black holes appear all the time, everywhere. And now by micro, I mean like literally your standard microscope that you have at like high-end colleges and universities and shit wouldn't actually be able to see it, like even on the highest setting. Like we're talking very very tiny black holes. Physicists claim that these open
Something
and
this site wouldn't know
close.
much about.
What's that?
Something this site wouldn't know much about.
Well, well. Anyway, yes. But they theorize that these like micro, tiny little black holes appear and collapse all the time. Now, these aren't like what makes your fucking keys go missing or misplaced or whatever. Like you'll fucking lose some change or something. They're nowhere near big enough to even do something like that. They're incredibly tiny, and I mean that's all I really got about that one. They talk about how micro black holes appear and collapse like within nanoseconds. So that's one thing that they theorized, that it could have been a black hole slamming into the Earth. But as we'll find out a little later, from what I understand of black holes, it would have sucked up the ground and the trees and everything. Yeah, and Ares was right whenever he said, black hole probably wouldn't cause a big ass outward explosion like this. It would
Plus,
be
black holes can't crash into things unless they're going faster than they can absorb the material they're going towards. And if they're going towards Earth, that would not be the case.
well, one of the theories behind the black hole idea was I guess, don't know how the fuck a black hole would act entering the atmosphere. Well, like a tiny black hole would act entering the atmosphere and like crashing into the Earth. That most of the time people think of black holes as like these just rifts that are ripped open in space that just sucks everything in, including light. I feel like if a black hole did somehow detonate, the blast radius would probably have been the entire Eurasian, like Asia would have been gone, Europe would have been gone. There would just be nothing there. But I don't know. I'm not a physicist. I'm not gonna pretend like these are
Pretty
facts that
sure
I
if a
know.
black hole fucking detonated, if there's any aliens on another fucking galaxy, they would have felt that. Or at least had something pick it up.
Well, yeah, they would have once the waves would have hit them. I mean, you got to think you're traveling. Like every time you look up at the night sky, this is a little unrelated, but still kind of space. Every time you look up at the night sky and see stars and shit, you're looking into the past. All the stars that you see. What?
Good night, Val. It's not space talk. We're actually talking about an event that happened in 1908 in Siberia, Russia.
Yeah, this is just a side thing. But yeah, no, you're looking into the history, like you're looking into the past whenever you see stars. Those stars very well could have exploded a long time ago. We don't know that because the light that they were putting out when they were, not blowing up is just now getting here. And also another fun fact, whenever you look at the moon, you're looking 1 second into the past. A lot of people don't know that. The sun takes 8 minutes or light from the sun takes 8 minutes to get from the surface of the sun to Earth. That's another fun fact. Anyway, enough with the space facts. Sorry. But, I mean, something did come from space. Another theory, which kind of goes along with the alien theory that I found. I mean, so the area was devastated, right? Trees were fucking flattened. Everything was burned. People for decades afterwards. Now, this might have just been like an old Russian, like, boogeyman story, which is what I kind of chalk it up to. But people that were around there, like the tribesmen that would travel through the area and the average person that would, go exploring in the woods or whatever, had reported seeing a very large bluish gray, what they called man or human, that stood at about between 8 and 12 feet tall, depending on who you were fucking talking to, wandering the blast site alone. He was also wearing clothes in some accounts. He was wearing a blue and or gray jumper at times that looked in one thing or in one witness account, they said that he was wearing what it was a grayish color, but it was almost like it had a metallic sheen to it, like it was some kind of like it would look like it would feel like cloth, but it looked like metal. No, it wasn't Baba Yaga. No, there was no big house running around with chicken legs and shit. That wasn't that. At least I don't think so. But yes, it was a story similar to the Baba Yaga story. If anybody knows anything about Russian lore culture, they'll know about that one. I'm not getting into that though right now. Maybe we'll talk about that one some other time. But yes, it's another boogeyman story from Russia. However, when this being would like see these people that alleged that they saw this, this creature, this thing that looked pretty much human, but the way that I pictured it was kind of hulking, like not just tall and slender, like gray aliens and whatnot. Like to get that image out of your head, because the way that they described it and the way that I pictured it was more like Shrek-like, I guess, would be like a really big. He really wasn't fat, but he was like built, like a hulking, very muscular, very built, solid humanoid-looking creature. And whenever it would see the occasional person that would wander into its area, it would just kind of ignore them. Like it would acknowledge that they were there by looking at them, but then it would just like carry on with whatever it was doing. And most of the time it was seen like looking at the ground, almost like it was looking for something. Like it was like it had lost something and it was searching for it. Now, I also ran across a creepypasta that was very similar to this, so take that for what you want. That was what some people were claiming they were seeing, like in the decades following. it at least caught enough attention that somebody wrote a creepypasta about it. Strange. I really don't believe that. But hey, you know, I'm not gonna judge anybody for believing in the giant man of Tunguska that wandered around looking for his keys or whatever. I don't know what the fuck he was looking for, but um, antimatter was another one that was mentioned. Actually, uh, anybody that knows what antimatter is, it's a little more complicated. Essentially, antimatter is so everything's made up of matter. If the negative version of that, or antimatter, I'm putting this in very layman's terms, was pretty much a negative and a positive. If they touch, you know, you get shocked whenever it comes to like electricity or whatever. If you're the one kind of completing that circuit, it's similar to that, except it causes a massive explosion. I've heard, or well, seen from what I've read, if like an antimatter, we'll say ball, if you have a fucking marble, okay, like made up of antimatter, and then it touches the, well, it detonates, okay, a little marble the size, or antimatter the size of a marble touches or detonates, you know, touches whatever it's anti to or whatever, would be much larger than any explosion humans have ever been able to create in the history of, well, blowing shit up. Which would be the SAR bomb, which was the largest bomb ever detonated. I believe it was about 50 megatons.
50 to 58
Yeah,
is an
okay.
estimation.
Yeah, it was incredibly powerful. So, yeah. Wait, somebody asked if this was real?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, this is real.
No, Joe's talking about how he's read quantum physics books for fun.
Well, good for him. I mean, quantum physics is interesting, but I'm more into
The thing about those quantum physics books, they really exist.
Yeah, in the future, once we figure it out. Joe's clearly a time traveler. Anyways, sorry, yeah.
Is he a
So,
Terminator?
but, I don't know. Does he made it steal? Ask his wife. I don't know. Like, I don't know him like that. I know him,
your
but like,
friend.
I don't like get in bed with him and see if he's got like a hydraulic penis or whatever. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, ask his wife. I don't know if he takes his skin off at night and hangs it up above the bed to like dry and stuff so he doesn't stretch it out while he's sleeping. Or what the hell ever happened in the Terminator movies?
Yeah, because I don't see him being John Connor.
Yeah, wasn't that the robot guy?
No, the Terminator's the robot guy. John Connor's the guy who comes back to try and stop the Terminators.
Oh, well.
Because so technically they're both time travelers.
Well, good for
them. That was Sarah Connor.
No, Sarah Connor's the mom. John Connor comes back to try and save.
You're the one that went back, wasn't she?
Huh?
Wasn't she the one that went back? I haven't seen those films in fucking years.
No, the first one, John Connor goes back to make sure Sarah Connor doesn't get killed by the Terminator.
Oh, I thought the Terminator went back in time to save everyone. Oh, anyway. I don't know. I don't
all
watch
we need is
action
Sean
movies.
Connery. We forget all else. We do just watching historical events in real time. Clocks, what the actual fuck what? Okay, well, Joe is neither confirming or denying that he is the Terminator, so We'll see. Well, he's saying I would be a dude just watching historical events in real time. That's no fun.
Well, anyway, yeah, you can, but yeah, that's like some of the conspiracy, or, well, again, not really conspiracy theory. I think in order to be a conspiracy theory, like, it has to be like your government's covering something, or somebody's covering something up. But, they don't, you know, the Russian government wasn't covering anything up. They actually didn't know what the fuck happened. But yeah, a lot of it was pretty fantastical, with aliens accidentally crashing their spaceship to which some interesting things were found. One thing in particular that we're going to get to in a few minutes was actually found at the at Ground Zero. But anyways, go ahead and continue. I'm sorry. I was just throwing the conspiracy theories out, or the theories out there of what actually happened over the, well, up until they actually figured out what happened.
Well, what happened?
It's a very slight tangent, because...
We're going to get to what happened.
Very slight tangent, because I found out about it recently. If Russia says that they don't know about something, you can't entirely trust them. Ask them about the butterfly mines.
Oh, there's also a butterfly in this story.
What?
Yeah, it's further down, but yeah, there's actually a butterfly involved with the Tunguska explosion, or a series of explosions. But yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead. That.
Okay, so I got the conclusion. That's all I got left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, evidence. Oh, hold on. Evidence. This area of Siberia was extremely remote, and still it is, so it took time for any expeditions to find Ground Zero for the largest blast, taking over a decade before any real attempt was made. However, upon locating the epicenter of the blast, no crater was found. In fact, even though all the trees surrounding the epicenter were uprooted and scorched, directly in the center, a stand of trees were upright, only having their limbs stripped off and being burnt. The first expeditions to the area reported large bog pits that they believed were impact craters. However, after much time and effort went into draining one of these pits, a tree stump was discovered still rooted in the ground and unburnt, indicating that these bogs were there before the blast occurred. Decades later, in the 1960s, it was discovered that the entire blast area looked like a giant butterfly. Ah, you were right. There's a butterfly.
Yeah, there was
That's kind of cool.
I don't actually know how that would have happened, from, like, how you can make an explosion happen to create a giant butterfly, but it did. They found it while flying over it, and, like, I guess they were like cartographers or whatever got involved, because you got to remember, like, this place really wasn't mapped too well up into this point. But yeah, in the 60s, with between the planes flying around and cartographers running around on the ground, they actually discovered that, yeah, the blast site looked like a giant butterfly, which was fucking crazy. I don't know how that happened. And, by the way, neither does anyone else.
You guys are assholes.
I looked. They don't know how the fuck that happened.
I'm trying to think about it logically. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
nobody else does either.
Outside of multiple strike zones and a massive coincidence, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's...
Yes, alien art.
They took crop circles very seriously before the 50s.
Although I will say, I do now know how you managed to find that story. You know how you have the natural affinity to find water?
Yeah.
When Death was reading that out, all I heard was one thing. Tree stump.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and she said it multiple times because she kept tripping over it, and I'm just like, thanks, Death. That's the one word in the entire fucking article that I wrote. That's the one thing that Death had to say multiple times.
Tree stump.
Yep.
Well, everyone's giving me a hard time for saying decade for decade.
Look, it was the early 1900s. Maybe they called them decades back then. I don't know. I didn't look that part up. I just...
And
that
to be
was
fair,
not a typo on my part. What?
After date night, Dickhead is usually on the menu.
Yep. That was not a typo either.
No,
I spelled decade right.
he did.
There may be some misspellings in other places, but I know for a fucking fact that I spelled decade right.
Yeah, puppy, fix that. Fix that for me. Please.
Yeah, sure what a decade is.
Yeah, aid me with some dick. There we go.
This part here, though, is kind of like facts, not really evidence. That like last thing that you read there. That was just a weird fact that I found about this event, that the blast site was in the shape of a giant butterfly. And all the stuff following, there is the conclusion down toward the bottom, but yeah, you can go ahead and go through the other facts, because I put in there,
So I've
like,
seen a lot of explosion sites, and the only thing I can think of is just
All the
what multiple strikes around the same area, and they just happen to look like that.
Let's see. The largest blast was estimated to have been well over 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima was 15 kilotons. The bomb dropped on Nagasaki was 25 kilotons. The Tunguska blast is estimated around 15 megatons.
yeah, and I also,
The notes on the blast: kilotons is 1,000 tons, megatons is 1,000,000 tons.
yeah, so this thing was like 15 million fucking 15 million tons of TNT it would take to make this blast, is essentially what the kilotons is. Like the the smaller version, it's like 1,000, I believe it's 1,000 tons of TNT to make 1 kiloton blast. And the megaton is 1 million, so it'd be 1 million tons of TNT.
For a little bit of context, the largest man-made explosion so far is the Tsar bomb, which is bigger than what was dropped on Japan, with a sequel. And that bomb evaporated an island.
Yes, the Tsar bomb was, what'd you say earlier, 50 megatons?
50 to 58.
Yeah, it was incredibly powerful. I mean, big enough to not really glass an island so much as vaporize it. But that's some powerful, scary shit. But anyways, yeah, I just put those notes in there, though, in case I couldn't remember. But you can continue on with the...
Hold on. So, we see your Discord message you just sent. Yeah, that's the Spit Roast podcast chat. That one, anything that you put in the Spit Roast podcast section, chat, can be shown on stream. So.
Why would they showing it?
No, they thought I was showing messages. It's like, nope.
Well, yeah, the fucking podcast messages.
Yeah, we're not that professional yet.
God damn.
Believe WAP. Hopefully, we try. Okay. Let's see what was. Okay, so on to the conclusion. A rather large meteorite, accompanied by several smaller meteorites, had come in through that makes sense. Through our atmosphere at a very steep angle, causing the meteorites to heat up rapidly. This would explain the several loud booms reported that day. As each piece heated, causing the contents of the meteorites to expand, then explode. It is likely that this object was once a solid piece, but had been broken up in space sometime before entering the Earth's atmosphere. This, too, would explain the multiple explosions that were heard over the course of around 45 minutes across the region that morning. Microscopic spheres of a metal alloy found in meteorites known as nickel iron were found on the ground and in trees that were laid down by the blast, along with several other metals not found commonly in the area, but are very common in meteorites. The glowing in the night sky that was seen across Europe and Asia can be explained by ice crystals in the atmosphere that were left behind by the meteorite as it entered Earth's atmosphere. That would be really fucking freaky, but really cool at the same time if you knew that's what it was.
You know what the weird thing is as well? That would be the first shower a lot of the locals would have had in years.
The first what?
Shower.
Well, I don't know about that. That they were, the way that they believed the ice crystals were there was, one, whenever the blast went off, it would have pushed any ice crystals that, well, would have, or any water, I should say, and or ice that would have been shed by the asteroid as it was coming in. The force would have blasted the moisture back up further into the air, which anybody with a half functioning brain knows that if you go up there far enough, water tends to turn to ice. So it may have not necessarily been ice crystals being left behind by the meteorite as it was coming in, but
Hi, Mom.
it would have been all the liquid or any kind of, well, any form of liquid that would have been in or on the meteorite as it came in, melted, obviously due to the extreme heat, and then the heat blast that came off of it that was hot enough to light the entire forest on fire. Yeah, it would have just blown it back up into the air, and the ice crystals would have just kind of hung there for days. Also, this was a, they believe that the Tunguska blast, at least, well, the series of blasts would have been a mid-air burst detonation. It would have detonated between 5 and 10 kilometers above the ground. However, I don't fully understand. I do understand blasts a little bit. Like, I've seen plenty of stuff on like how bombs work and how shit gets blown around and whatnot. I don't know why directly under where this meteorite detonated, the trees would have been like still standing, but everything around them would have been laid down for, 800 miles. But there was this one little copse of trees in the middle directly under that continued to stand up.
The only thing I can think of is that when meteorites or anything enter the atmosphere and break the sound, well, it's more than breaking the sound barrier that does it. The air isn't actually around the object. It's like the air's compressed, and maybe it was acting as a shield and shot the explosion out around the trees when it detonated.
Perhaps this meteorite, at least we're very sure that it was a meteorite at this point, entered or would have entered the Earth's atmosphere at, like it said, a very steep angle, traveling at about 60,000 miles per hour, which is pretty damn fast. I think that would translate to about
That was miles, wasn't it? Per hour.
yeah, miles per hour. I think it would translate to like about 31 meters a second or something like that.
It's about 78.2 times the speed of sound.
Wait, it came in 72 times faster than the speed of sound?
Mach 78, yeah. We don't have anything that can fly that fast.
Well, not in atmosphere anyway. I think the fastest spaceship that we've ever built that can travel in space where there's no atmosphere, like no kind of resistance or whatever, is between 50 and 60,000 miles per hour. But again, that's space. That's not atmosphere. So that's most likely why it looked like the sky was literally being ripped open. Because it was.
Yeah, because fucking coming into the atmosphere at that speed, it probably would have. The meteorite probably would have had its own fucking atmosphere-sized shield around it, compressing that much air.
Actually, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I also didn't really think about making that comparison, like how fast the speed of sound travels compared to how fast this thing was going. But at this point, you know, we're talking about massive numbers. 60,000 miles per hour is that's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody that knows about the Tunguska event, only about half of them actually don't know that there was more than one explosion that day. They think that it was just one really big one, which there was a really big one, but there was also a lot of smaller ones.
Well, yeah, because as stuff enters the atmosphere as well, it breaks apart.
Yeah, but they believe that this thing, this meteor, was broken up before it,
Yeah.
you know, got to Earth. That's why there was so many smaller and in some cases more distant or closer, because you know these people were all over the place that heard these explosions. Um, a similar event happened in 2013. Again, over Russia. I don't know. Whatever's in space really has a hate on for Russia for some reason. In 2013, another meteorite came in and exploded midair, shattering windows, setting off car alarms, and all kinds of other like damage like that. That was
Chippies.
well, it made the news. I don't know if anybody else remembers that event or not, but yeah, that actually happened rather recently. Another interesting little factoid about this event. Everybody knows about the one that took out the dinosaurs. Well, this one was nowhere near that size, and
Well,
to
yeah,
have
because
one,
we know about it.
yeah, you know, we're all still here, so
I mean, like, if it's a meteorite that we know about, then chances are it was smaller than the one that took out the fucking dinosaurs.
yep. But this they estimate probably happens. This kind of an event was estimated one on par with the Tunguska event and not the dinosaur one. Uh, they estimate that that one happens about I believe it was once every like 300 to 500 years, if I remember right. I also didn't write that down. I probably should have. So it could happen again in, well, not our lifetimes, but you know, sometime in the future, assuming that we don't create some kind of weapons platforms orbiting the planet that could just vaporize asteroids on like as they're approaching.
Yeah, we're nowhere near that point yet.
Well, nah, but we're also nowhere near. I mean, that happened just over 100 years ago. We still got a couple 100 years to come up with some kind of a Earth defense weapons platform. Probably, I don't know, maybe some kind of lasers or something like that. I mean, the Navy was working on lasers for a long time. Probably still are.
Well, and-
We have laser-based weapons, and they're only good for putting pinpoint holes into vehicles.
Well,
Well,
no, but you want a big laser.
so for defense and stuff, like we technically have stuff. We just use it for, like, who is it? Israel and Palestine. They have defensive weapons that so when they fire on each other, they launch defensive weapons to stop or
Are you talking about the Iron Dome?
I don't remember what it's called.
Israel has a defense system that uh, automatically tracks
Incoming.
mortar and like mortar, missile, artillery, shit like that is being fired like into their territory. It auto tracks them and shoots them down with a different, I would assume, smaller projectile. I know a little bit about the Iron Dome that
The
Israel
kind of
uses.
payload those things would have is nowhere near enough to take out a meteorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like, I've heard
Like-
that.
A fucking nuke wouldn't be enough. Maybe to offset it a bit, but that'd be about it.
Yeah, that's that's
look
where
at
I
the
was
movie
going.
Armageddon.
Something that like took out the dinosaurs, which I believe that meteor. Well, yeah, that meteor would have been
Yes.
like 6 or 7 miles wide. Like that thing was fucking massive.
Like the best
they-
defense we have right now, and I don't remember the name of the film, but they pretty much got it right, is basically drilling holes into it and planting
That's
multiple
Armageddon.
nuclear devices to blow it up, and
Yeah,
hopefully into small enough pieces where the atmosphere will burn it up.
yeah, because nothing we have now could, like even a nuclear missile or whatever, isn't at least that's known to the public, isn't necessarily powerful enough to actually blow up an asteroid that took out the dinosaurs. We don't have anything that could take that on. Something like a laser, maybe you could cut it in two
Vent.
with
What
a
are
really
you
big
venting?
laser. I mean,
Even then, the best use for the laser would be to dig the hole before that you can get the nukes into the thing to preemptively have the hole dig. Doug, I mean.
well, I mean, we're talking about like I mean, like a massive laser weapons platform. I'm not talking like a fucking
We're not
Star
capable-
Wars laser or something.
The amount of power that would take to fucking pull off follows like that, we can't produce that power. The
Well,
entire
it's a-
planet can't produce that half power yet.
No, but if you can somehow find a really good way to store energy, you could use solar panels off the sun.
That reminds me, whatever happened to the solid matter batteries?
I don't know anything about those. That's another thing. But
What about those?
yeah, so that was my thing. I always found the Tunguska event very interesting, so yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed it and enjoyed the commentary.
Yes. All the commentary. Even the decade.
And tree stump.
And treat them.
Seriously, the one thing you got fucking hung up on.
Tree stump. Oh my god. So, are you still playing that game?
Yeah. Still got to beat this one and one more. Then I'm done with the series.
Yeah, so if you guys liked us talking about that historical event and would like us to talk about more, or even have an idea of an event or something that you want us to talk about, please let us know. Either message any of us individually or put it in our Spit Roast podcast chat. And so on and so forth. You guys, most of you guys know how to get a hold of us in some way, shape, or form. I was really rooting for aliens. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
Unfortunately, it wasn't
Aliens.
aliens. Unless, of course, now here's a new theory. This is one I just came up with.
Conspiracy theory.
What if the aliens decided to try to throw a meteorite at Earth and that was it? They're using meteorites like we use artillery shells.
I knew he was going to go this way.
A kinetic strike.
Well, it's like on Starship Troopers. Like the bugs would start launching like their own form of
I mean, we already
stuff.
do that to ourselves. It is called a kinetic strike. We already do that.
There you go.
The only difference is we're using iron rod. Well, not iron. I forget what the
See?
material is, but you know what I mean. It's rods.
I need to make Jinwa chibi so you can put it.
Are
over
you
his
talking
foot.
about railgun darts?
Yeah, maybe. I remember the name of them.
That's
There.
the most commonly accepted phrase or Word for him's railgun darts.
There's this Chinese actress that totally has a cute little round face that looks like her face is a chibi. She looks like a chibi. It's so cute.
I'm not doing research on that.
And chibis?
I'm not doing that. You can do it.
No, Sin's talking about making a Jinhua chibi for you.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
And,
I don't know how you would do that, but...
And one for Aries. An angry Irish chibi.
I don't know how you would do that, but yeah.
But he's not Irish.
But see, the easiest way to tell the fact that I'm not Irish is because when I do car bombings, I don't need the results looking like a women's only car park.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Therefore angry. He lives in Ireland, therefore angry Irish. He is angry, and he is angry about living in Ireland.
But yeah, I don't know. I might do another weird or strange.
Anybody offering up ideas, since this would make it easier for people to suggest shit? The topics that we will have an interest in for Rog, it would be conspiracy theories, weird events from the past, stuff like that. For me, it would be mythology. So Zeus, gods, all them kind of shit, Wendigos, to be generic, vampires, werewolves, anything that people wouldn't normally have heard of. And with death, it's how to build cupboards in under 6 months.
Fuck you!
And shelves. We gotta get the shelves in there.
You guys are so mean to me.
Hey,
I swear.
I'm proud of you for building those shelves. You built those shelves real good. You built those fucking shelves like nobody else could build them.
They're still in there.
Exactly. You built them shelves like nobody else could.
History of tarot cards.
Yeah, that sounds
would
like
be
something.
more my thing.
Yeah, that sounds like something that like one of the other ones can do. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Oh, I can look.
I mean, it's cool, but like I really don't know.
I mean, I know it works under the same principles as astrology, but... Or the fucking... What's the fucking thing with Cancer, Taurus, and all that star signs? It's the same principle as that.
Astronomy?
Zodiacs?
That shit, yeah.
I thought
Horoscope.
astronomy was the study of stars.
Yeah, no, horoscopes is
space.
what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, I think astronomy. Isn't astronomy the hard science that involves like the study of space? Astrology is the one that's, you know, mystical and...
Yeah, I know. I was trying to remember a word I hadn't used in years because I have zero interest on it because it is just fake science.
Yeah, it's called pseudoscience. But some people
Yeah, that
believe it, and I don't shit on people for believing in, you know, whatever they want to believe in. Hey, you believe in astrology, good for you. I hope it helps you find love or whatever it is that you're looking for out there.
An ad warning. Okay, so I've switched things up with my streaming. I used to get a warning when an ad would pop up, but now that I go through what's called restream, I don't get that anymore since I'm also streaming to YouTube.
Or just install an ad blocker, technically modify it, and then you'll never get an ad on Twitch again.
On Aries, and he on Aries Twitch, he actually has a step-by-step process that you can do to stop ads.
No, the one I have is to do it without the ad blocker.
Oh,
I haven't included the instructions of using the ad blocker because technically I'm already breaking 2 TOCs on Twitch and 1 on Chatterbait.
Oops.
The lovely Twitch ladies that I follow and watch make
You're not
their
allowed to be
other people buy me subs for them. So I haven't had to deal with fucking ads for a long time.
You're not allowed to be on Chatterbait while intoxicated. While on a technicality, I'm not because of my alcohol tolerance. The fact that I'm drinking still would cause issues. So I am technically breaking TOCs on every single site I'm streaming to.
Oops.
What?
How are you breaking TOS on Twitch?
Because I'm advertising ways on how to get around their advertising.
Oh.
And
okay.
I'm multi-streaming while having affiliate status, which I'm not allowed to do.
Oh, everyone, all the affiliates I know are multi-stream.
I thought
Yeah,
they
no,
lifted that.
Yeah, that's
nope.
lifted.
They haven't lifted it. They're lenient on it. It's still there. So if they actually decided to enforce it, they can.
I could have swore that I saw a thing a few. Well, nah, I
It's
think it's
still
been
on
like a
there.
month or two ago, but
It's not so much that they lifted it. It's just that they're being more lenient about it because it was costing them money,
yeah,
basically.
because
Yeah, 'cause
nobody
that-
wanted to stream here.
Yeah, everyone was moving to Kick and stuff. Kick and YouTube. And now they don't. They just add it.
Well, if I could figure that shit out, I can just multi-stream to everything, and then neither one of you guys got to worry about it because I'm the one doing it, and I'm not an affiliate,
Well, see,
and I'll never get affiliate.
and I could.
Rob, whenever I ever get shown that I've given two shits about rules,
Well,
if
no,
they
I'm
don't
just saying that's a way
benefit me
around
or
it.
other people, they can fuck off.
I'm just saying we can get around it that way if it ever becomes
know.
an issue because, yeah, I'll never get that many because I just won't tell people when I'm streaming, so nobody will fucking find me. I won't get enough followers or
To be fair,
fucking
Rob, I don't
subs or
tell people
whatever.
I'm streaming, and on Chatterbait, follow
Okay, but
account, I'm
that's on
halfway to
Chatterbait.
affiliate.
That's a
View
different
account,
fucking
I am
ballgame.
way past partner.
That's a different ballgame though. That's Chatterbait, and believe me, I could stream on there and nobody give a fuck. You
See-
actually do entertaining shit on stream, so people gonna watch you. See, I don't.
I don't do shit on it. I do the same shit I do on Twitch, which is
all,
fuck all.
All you would have to do, Rog, is just stream your game.
I'm not playing a game.
Well, no, I just mean when you play a game, just stream the game.
Yeah, you're right. People get really frustrated watching a blind person try to navigate a fucking map and just say that fucking I can't stand this guy. And
That actually might lead to a lot of things because they're all going to be yelling at you, trying to help you.
Yeah,
You're
I'll become
right.
a
He needs to
fucking-
play a rage game.
Oh my god!
Super
I'll
Meat
be-
Boy.
Everybody will be fucking everybody. I'll be the one guy that
Yes,
streams
well,
on
the
the
topic's
fucking
straight up.
internet that everyone loves to hate. God damn it. Well,
I mean,
that's
to be
fine.
fair, technically everybody already does that with me anyway, with the amount of fucking hate shit I've had to put up with over the years.
I don't know. It seems like you're pretty popular with the ladies.
Especially on chat.
Yeah.
I mean, see, I don't got to
Yeah,
worry about
well.
that because I'm blind. Women don't want
See,
the
like I
blind
said
guy,
earlier,
so
that's
I
not
got
entirely
that
a good
working
thing.
for me. I'll have to take
Like
my.
I said earlier,
What?
like I said earlier, that's not entirely a good thing.
Oh well. Man, you gotta learn to love, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love my solitude.
70s.
See, I use my blindness as a repellent.
Yeah, love being
Nobody wants.
love being at home, safe and stuff.
I just
so
use
you
my
don't
personality as a repellent.
Yeah, but it's not working for you, obviously. So you fucked up
Rog,
somehow.
that's not true. Yeah, that is true. Some people
It says
do
more
have
about
a
the other people than it
caregiver
does me.
kink.
Wait, what?
A caregiver kink. See, there you go. All these people would want to help you on your when you stream and stuff. They'd want to sit there and try and help you.
Well, unless they are an incredibly Latina woman with big boobs, I'm not interested.
Well, they could. You don't
Well,
know.
I can. Well, I can go into my followers list and name you 15 for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me one of those ones. Or a really hot, pale redhead. I'm into those too.
I know one.
I don't know why. I like the extreme on both sides. Like they're either really tan or really pale, but I don't like the middle.
Speaking of, I need to find that account again since I've lost that one. But yeah, I do know one person that fits that description.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
where she's from, though.
but somebody knows one.
Wolf says he knows one.
Oh no, not yours.
I think she was German. Where the fuck was she
Who?
from?
Potato.
The one I
Farm's
know. I
not
can't
German.
remember where the hell she was from.
Oh,
Might have been Germany. I have no idea.
I didn't know
terrible. I
redheads
keep fucking shit
existed
now.
in Germany. Oh, potato. Okay, yeah. Potato's bomb too.
Yes. Mom! She was here for a second.
I was
But
gonna say my sexy Latina mama doesn't come around no more.
like she was on, but you were. Oh, there she is. She
Oh,
she
oh,
she's
there she is.
I waved to her, but you were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt when you were talking earlier.
Oh,
Because otherwise, if I did that, I'd be interrupting you a lot. Because we had a lot of people talking today.
Yeah, see, you had normal conversations. I was getting messages about people wrapping their legs around my head.
man, I've showed you guys some of the shit that I've gotten in fucking DMs and shit, okay?
I've told you this shit I've got as well.
How is he? Is he okay? Is he doing good? So I think with Restream, if I pay like $10 a month, I can add two more places to stream. He's better. Good.
Streamlabs, I think free is one, and then when you pay for it, it's unlimited.
Let me look into this. I need to look into this because then we would talk about which other ones to stream to.
To be fair, the only option you have is YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and...
Holy shit, Aries.
Well, what? Could we do like...
I'm just reading fucking Death's chat over here.
Because I'm the only one here dumb enough to stream to porn sites.
Yeah, and it's working for you weirdly well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently that was a thing before. Because let's see, standard it's actually $20 a month for 3 channels. So I'd probably add like TikTok or Facebook or something like that. Probably not.
Stream was cheaper.
Maybe not Facebook. Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Fuck Facebook.
Yeah, no, I'd probably do TikTok.
Although I do need to remember to add Bigo at some point.
What are we doing about fucking Facebook? What?
Well, I'm debating on adding another place to stream to, and TikTok would be one because you get all those random TikTok people. Just sitting there on the toilet watching TikTok.
Listening to your lovely voice while I take a dump.
Yep.
Oh, also, speaking of,
Finn needs help
TikTok
with
just reminded me of it.
I run OBS.
If anyone hears stuff from our streams and you want to clip it and send me the fucking link so I can upload it to the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Did you see like the very important question one was like the most popular one on Suspects?
Wait, what?
That will.
What?
There's a clip from my stream that he uploaded to Suspects about the protein, semen protein, basically.
I can tell you right now which one the most popular one was.
Who's a cum guzzler? What the fuck are you people talking about?
Anyone who fucking swallows.
Clark, if you're off with that one. That one is currently the third one with 94 views. The Protein Professor.
Oh, wait, okay.
Second place is So Women Can Hear Men at 205.
Oh, fuck Zammy.
First place. Fuck knows why it's my video again. 2-piece and a crippled biscuit at 4,861.
2 peas and a crippled biscuit.
When I got the Sniper Elite, when I got the triple shot.
Thanks for being here. Bye, Boofity.
Because most people say, whenever they get a 3-piece, they like 2-piece and a biscuit. So I went with 2-piece and a crippled biscuit. But yeah, that one is beating all the rest of them by about 30 times.
Sorry, I was saying bye. Who's creaming in a biscuit?
Aries.
The top video on the Suspects is 2-piece and a crippled biscuit. It was when I in Sniper Elite where I got the shot off and killed 2 Nazis and injured 1.
Oh, I thought you said something about you creamed in a biscuit. I was gonna say, well, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, people do like their stuffed Oreos.
Yeah, especially them double stuffs.
Who doesn't like being
Exactly, and I do have a lot of free time on my hands. They gotta get the double stuff in somewhere.
Somebody yelled cum guzzler in the chat.
I'm being follows on the Twitch. Okay, well, thanks for telling us stories. It was fun and cool. Glad you could join us, Willow.
Yep, thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, which also has a double meaning on my streams now. Fucking hell.
What, coming in a biscuit? Or, I'm sorry,
No,
creaming on a biscuit?
thanks for coming to the stream.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
I thought I came from here that I talked to
But
some...
nobody has their tits or dicks out.
Give me a second. Oh,
Oh,
done
well,
for.
I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Yeah, what the fuck is right?
Currently, one of them does.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh,
When I click,
god damn it.
when I go onto the user page to see who's watching my stream, I can click on the profile and it gives me a little screenshot of what their stream currently looks like if they are.
Oh.
Oh, lovely chatterbait.
Yeah, big boobs.
I mean, you say that, but it is better than made in Twitch.
Yeah.
The site doesn't shit itself when I turn off the fucking tips.
Well.
You turn off your tips?
Yeah, just a tip.
Just a tip?
I mean, Twitch is already shafting everyone. I don't need another site to do it to me.
True. Yeah, and YouTube, you have to jump through fucking hoops just to start making any sort of money on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the same as Twitch, isn't it? Where you just have to get through certain requirements.
Yeah, it is certain requirements, but it's like crazy. Because
I mean, it's a big platform.
Yeah.
It's a big platform compared to Twitch, so they need to up the requirements.
Yeah, makes sense. And Clax yelled at you. I don't know why. Well, yeah. Only funny thing I had to go on was a friend being called crippled and handed $40 by total strangers. So not much going on.
Well, apparently people think that I'm crippled and retarded and everything else because I'm blind. Like, they think I'm in a fucking wheelchair that I can't do anything.
And people think I'm retarded because I'm on the spectrum. Great times. Don't you just love society?
Man, I know, right? I had no idea being blind also meant that you couldn't walk and have brain damage. That shit's all new to me.
People just think I'm a bitch because I have a resting bitch face.
Ah, it's cute though.
I mean, it can't be that bad because at work people are terrified to complain to me because of my resting bitch face.
Yeah, and that's why, like, okay, so in my work we have like the front door. I work in a steel foundry, but I'm in the offices, and so there's a reception desk, but no one sits at the reception desk. Then there's my office, and then the next office is the vice president. So
Clocks, you are human.
You're
an adorable little human.
Mine and the vice president's doors are right next to each other, but I can see who. I have like a little mirror that. Oh, whoops. I have a little mirror that shows me the front door. So I see people walk in and they can see me look up at them. And so they will walk in the door, but they won't poke their head, like they'll glance in my office and I'll just look at them. And then they'll walk over to the vice president, even though they have no idea who's who, or there's no names on doors. There's no titles on doors, nothing. They'll just bypass me and go to her. And I'm just like, huh. And
wait, whose birthday was yesterday?
Mom's. Happy belated.
Oh, happy birthday, sweetheart.
And she came into my office one time and just started bitching about it. She's like, "Why do they keep coming in mine?" I'm just like, "No." And she's like, "You need to smile more." I'm like, "No." I'm just like, what? Is there something wrong with my face? She's like, you totally have bitch face going on. I'm like, oh, good to know. And I went back to what I was doing. And she got so pissed because she's very similar to me. She doesn't want to deal with people. Though she's a step further. She is a germaphobe and doesn't like being touched, and everyone wants hugs from her and will go to her for advice and all this shit. Like, she has so
You're welcome.
So.
Yeah, but see, for me, it's got to the point now where if managers are dealing with troubled customers, they will pass them off to me because the customers won't fucking argue with me. It's actually becoming a fucking problem there, is taking a piss. the fucking managers won't complain to me because they're all fucking scared I'll chew their goddamn heads off, which fair enough I will if they're wrong.
Okay.
They are most of the time.
Restaurant, and a random couple walked up and started talking to me. Handed him $40, said it was good to see him out, hopes he gets better, and bolted. Turned out he was sitting next to someone with a neurological assistant shirt on. Oops. Okay, so
What?
Wolf is telling about a situation where one of his friends was mistaken for a disabled person and was handed $40.
Why, was he wearing a fucking Barney shirt or something?
No, he has an EKG thing or whatever on, so he had wires on his hat all wrapped up. I'm thinking hat. We were out at a restaurant and a random couple walked up and started talking to him. Handed him $40, said it was good to see him out. Head. Wires on his head. Hopes he gets better, and bolted. Turned out he was sitting next to someone with a neurological assistant shirt on. Oops. Hey, he just made $40.
Wait.
Yeah, EKG's a heart
Was
thing.
the guy that gave him the money wearing the neurological shirt, or was the guy wearing the neurological shirt?
Oh, I think a guy sitting next to him was wearing.
Okay, so some guy that had like a brain issue gave this other guy who was wired up like a fucking cyborg $40. Was like, "Hey, I hope you get better," and then ran away.
No,
Am I getting the
think
story right?
no, I think it was a random couple in the restaurant saw him sitting there with wires on his head, and next to the guy with the wires on his head, there's a guy sitting with a neurological, god damn it, neurological assistant shirt on. So they thought the guy with the wires on his head was a patient.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is nice to see you out. I hope you're getting better. It's $40. Have a good day.
Dude, can I stick some wires to my head and get $40? That'd be awesome.
God damn, just have somebody walking around with you, like saying neurological assistant or what the fuck, or fucking helper's aid or some shit, and just fucking walk around.
Okay, so this was quite a long time ago. My brother had graduated from Navy boot camp, and we went to I think it was like Applebee's to celebrate that night or whatever. And my dad's an all the men in my family are assholes, especially my dad. My dad has no filter. All of a sudden, like, my dad's just sitting there watching something, and he goes, "Oh my god, is this kid retarded or something?" And we all look around, and there's this kid just like dancing around, having a ball and stuff, and he was wearing a fucking Special Olympics shirt. And I just looked right at my dad. I'm just like, well, he is wearing a Special Olympics shirt, Dad. And all of a sudden, my dad went so straight faced. He's just like, oh.
Duh. Oh, he is. Oh,
yeah.
I feel bad.
It's like, yeah, you're a fucking dick. Yeah, that sounds like my dad. That's totally my dad. Like, he'll...
No. What you should have done is you should have gone up to the kid, ask him if he went through the American education system. If the kid said yes, go back to your dad and say, yeah, he's retarded.
Yeah, that's true. He got a car.
I still can't
ride,
do
a
math.
free meal, and a $40 for someone else. Dude, who is this guy? All this shit's happening to this guy. He got a car ride, a free meal, and $40 for someone else's birthday. Like, dude.
He has a lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover.
And a horseshoe.
And a horseshoe.
Fuck you.
Well, maybe he does have some fucking neurological issues and he just doesn't perceive the world the way, like, maybe all these great things are not happening to him. Maybe he's just so detached from reality that he thinks all this great shit's happening to him.
Like, were you there for when this stuff happened?
Yeah, I mean, is this guy actually fucking crazy? Like, does this person actually need help? Or, like, I mean, this could go a couple of different ways.
My dog's just laying in front of my door. Sorry. Maybe I should have pinned $1 to my shirt. Hey, had a presentation. Mister, you and your typing tonight. I had a presentation at work about being inclusive in the workplace. During the presentation, I learned why certain ethnicities distrust the police.
Because they shoot black people and Mexicans.
Yeah, like it's the common saying in the police target practice: once you go black, you never go back.
My God.
God damn it.
I'm glad I didn't say that. I just said that they shoot at people
fucked.
like black people and Mexicans. He's over here making fucking.
That was, oh fuck, that was great, but so bad, but so great.
God damn it. Well, I mean,
It's because the first place were slave catchers, so the current system hasn't changed from there, and the distrust has continued for 200 years. Well, the first slaves were white, though. Just saying.
Yeah, someone had to set the example.
yeah, like I know the English enslaved the Irish like hundreds of years ago. Although they didn't call them slaves, they called them, I think it was like indentured servitude or some shit, which just means you're a fucking slave. That's all that means. There's nothing, like, you don't get any rights. You get, fed horrible stuff.
No, certain ethnicities don't distrust the police because there's a lot of fucking racist police officers out there.
Yeah, there is.
They're a minority, but there's still too many that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, for every like.
What you're saying is they're self-projecting.
For every like 5 good, like, honest cops, there's like 1 racist.
Yep.
And it's just like those are the ones that get covered more than, your average cop that like pulled over a black guy for, speeding or a taillight out or something and just saying like, hey man, just, don't do it again. Then like letting him go, not doing any. You don't hear about those because, well, that doesn't perpetuate the divide, so they're not going to report on that kind of shit. Also, that's incredibly mundane. Like, nobody would care to read that.
The whole thing was 55 minutes? 55 minutes of bullshit, basically? Lovely. That presentation he had to sit on was 55 minutes.
Oh.
Hey, did you get paid for it? What was it, like, dumb shit that you got paid for?
I mean, I'll be honest. If you go up to, like, just average
There is a very easy way to get out of stuff like that. In those presentations, they always make a massive fuck up. At my work, when they did the acceptance for disability and all that shit, it was the way they do it is differently. It's sort of on a computer, you got to read through presentations and all that shit. Every single presentation up to that point, the people had been presented as white. Got to the disability one, they were black. I pointed that one out to my manager and I didn't need to finish it.
That is weirdly sub-racist. Like that's a very subtle type of racism, I think. But I mean, I don't know. You go out on the street, just like do one of those weird TikTok street question interview things, and just go around asking a whole bunch of black people, like, hey, what do you know about the first cops? I guarantee you that most of them are going to be like, I don't know, like, they were cops, they arrested people. Like, they're not. I didn't know that the very first police, at least in the U.S., was slave catchers. Like, I actually didn't know that. I assumed that, well, they had their own
okay, it was an
special unit for that, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, some kind of patrol or bounty hunters or something.
Okay, so Wolf says it was an external guy that came in. He was black and openly gay and made sure to point it out in the presentation twice. See, that's one thing I don't understand. If we point it out, we're racist. But if they're out there walking around saying, I'm black and gay, like, Why? How is that?
Well, I don't think calling somebody gay makes you racist.
Well,
I think
no,
that's more of an observation, and if anything, maybe prejudice if you say it in a really horrible way.
Like, I just
Uh,
don't understand that. Like, okay,
yeah, like, but I think I get what you're saying. Like, you're like driving down the street, and like you see just like some random Mexican or black guy, like just walking down, like not doing anything weird, just walking down the sidewalk. Maybe he's going to the store or whatever. You're like, hey, look, there's a black guy, and then a black guy hears, he's like, you fucking racist.
yeah.
Like, well, I mean,
I'm sorry. Call me I get called a white girl because hey, that's one of my identifiers. I'm fucking white. I'm neon white. I glow in the fucking dark. Like, come on.
this reminds me of, well, one of the smaller reasons that I added an H to my name. Then it's because I didn't know this, whatever, well, everybody started calling me Rog. And then Death. Actually, Death is the reason that I had to change it the first time from ROG, because she kept calling me Rogue or Raj.
Because I
And
thought it was short for Roger.
And so I had to actually spell it like the way that it sounded, which is RAWG. But then I later on found out that actually RAWG stands for something.
What does it stand?
So one of the small reasons that I added an H, the main reason was because the H just made it sound more orcish. But yeah, one of the smaller happy byproduct reasons of that was, to avoid that.
Now I gotta know.
Does anyone in chat know what RAWG stands for?
Without looking it up.
It has to do with a race thing.
Yeah, what? Puppy says no. Since it's a race thing, should we not say it?
It's not like race. Well, I mean,
I can
I
tell
guess,
you it's a game on itch.io.
well, I don't know what HIO is, but okay.
It's where small developers make games and put them up there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, nobody knows. Okay. ROG, or RAWG, actually stands for Random Ass White Guy.
That's perfect! Oh my god!
Which I guess I am
You
a
are!
random ass white guy, but
Remove the H!
I had to put the H in there because that meaning doesn't there's like no meaning to that unless it's like,
Oh, now your wife's screen name in Twitch is random ass white guy's Latino wife.
I didn't even think of that. That's good. Well, she loves the random ass white guys.
That's fucked
But
up.
yeah,
That's
so
great.
that's a little history about why my name has an H in it for those that wondered.
Oh, fucking A. Mom, if you want to change your screen name, just let us know.
No, I like that. I'll be a random ass white guy for her. I don't mind. Like, whatever.
I'm your random ass white guy.
That's right.
That's perfect.
I mean, I guess you can like use the H as like random hot ass white guy, which I mean, I'll accept that. That's fine. I'm fine with that one. But yeah, I actually found that like, I don't know, like fucking year or two ago, and I was like, oh, well, I've been meaning to change the spelling of my name anyway. And well, I did. So that's the history of my name for any of my fans out there that cared.
Yep, it's Rog is random ass white guy.
Apparently I am.
That's so great.
Oh,
That's so fucking
on the
great.
upside, I can confirm Chatbait doesn't give two shits what game I'm streaming. I got a notification and they only wanted to make sure it was me actually streaming because I don't have a camera on.
Should have been like, ah, hell no. I don't know who the fuck's streaming. It's not me. Get on there, shut that motherfucker down.
You know, the buddy that I was telling you about, Metal Drac, he streams but he has a camera that is pointed to a spot where his cat sits.
Oh, okay, I thought it was gonna be like at his crotch or something.
Nope.
That would have been better.
Well, that's how you get banned, though. You know, the whole starfish debacle.
Oh,
and
he's
shit.
not on. He's not on chat. Yeah, the butthole meta streamer.
Yeah, no, he's.
You
on
know what's
Twitch.
fucked up? I actually followed that chick for like months before she did that.
Why would
I had no idea she was that popular because in most of the streams that like I was in, or that I'd like watched, she only had like maybe like 90 to 100 people, but the butthole meta really lifted her off.
And it wasn't even a fucking original idea. The most fucked up thing is that the last original idea a streamer had was my idea to treat Chatterbait like his fucking Twitch.
I mean, I still kind of wonder what the like chocolate creamy treat surprise was if she got like 100 donations or like $100 in donations on this. I still wonder what the like creamy chocolate treat was. I don't know if she just like shat herself right there on the fucking cam or what. God damn it, we'll never know because Twitch shut it down. Damn, that's one mystery that we'll never have solved.
I still can't believe people thought they could actually get away with that shit.
I mean, to be fair, Twitch is trying to push porn to children, so I wouldn't be surprised if they would have let them get away with it.
Yeah, it's like Junior's first campsite. That's pretty much what Twitch is.
Bandcamp.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Oh, come on. We all know what happened at Bandcamp.
Yeah, and she shove a flute up her pussy or something. I don't know.
Yeah!
No, that's where the butt plug whistle was invented.
Was it invented in Bandcamp? I mean, I don't know.
And to get a different tune, then they stuck it in your vagina.
Oh, was that how it worked?
Yeah. Get a slightly
Wow.
different tune then.
No, well, fuck.
Well, got 6 minutes, guys.
Well,
What's your last thoughts?
my head hurts.
Oh, why does your head hurt?
I don't know. It just fucking does.
Too much thinking on this Tunguska. Fuck me.
Tunguska.
Tunguska.
Which, whenever I told Pirate that earlier in a fucking chat with Aries, he's like, "Oh, what's your thing about? Like, what are you working on?" And I was like, "I'll just say one word to you, Tunguska." And he was like really quiet for like 5 seconds. He's like, "Rog, I don't think you could say that to people."
What was your new tattoo? And you're not supposed to smack those.
Yeah, smack the tattoo. That's you got to make sure you get the ink in there real good. Right after you get it done, just start slapping it really hard, or get a friend to slap it really hard. That's how you get the ink to really stay. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If not, that's okay. It was just something I wanted to do. I didn't do this for any of you. I did this for me. But if you liked it, that's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I actually learned some facts that I didn't know before.
You're a
And like they
rhino?
said,
Okay.
if you want more or are interested in a subject or whatever, please let us know, and yeah, we'll totally talk about it.
Rhino on upper thigh. Why did you choose a rhino? I need to start planning out my next tattoos. I need to get them done. I wanna
Wait,
get 'em done so
who
bad.
got a rhino on their vagina or something?
Upper thigh, and your wife.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's because my cock reminds her of a rhino. That's why. Big, raging, you know. That's why.
You know, shame she's from the wrong country. Otherwise, I could have made a joke about Raging Bull in a China shop.
Oh, my dad said he was Rhino Tough. That's so cute.
Oh, I apologize for my previous statement. That
Oops.
I feel terrible now. Fucking okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was like that. Okay, I thought it was just something you got.
Okay, guys. I'm ready for bed. Oh, and you have a signature on it too. That's so great. That's so cool. Okay, so both my grandfathers have now passed. My brother TJ has a memento from both.
He they got a certificate.
He has a hat from the grandpa on my dad's side, and he has suspenders from the grandpa on my mom's side. So
I got my dead dad's boots.
there we go.
I still wear them sometimes. They're good boots. They're also camo.
That's so cute. I'm gonna get I have ideas. I have ideas. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because if I talk about it too much, I don't. Yeah. Nope. I'm gonna get an ocean one with my aunt at some point.
An ocean? So like the Kraken?
No, like an ocean animal. Like she's gonna get the turtle because she loves turtles.
Oh, like something fucking horrifying that lives in. Okay, yeah, like some kind of a monster. Gotcha.
Like, though she's gonna do like a baby turtle, like leaving in the sand, like crawling in the sand.
I don't know. Anything that comes out of the ocean is evil.
I like the
except for turtles.
I like the big ass turtles. I think they're so cool.
Yeah, like the ones you can ride on. Yeah, those things are cool. Yeah. I do like turtles. Turtles aren't monsters, but everything else that comes out of the oceans are fucking monsters.
I'm actually scared of the ocean because of.
Yeah, me too. Because there's fucking monsters that live in there.
There's so much unknown in an ocean. There's no way for us to know what's all in in oceans. No way. It's too vast.
Yeah, fucking see, but the fucking Vikings told us what was in the oceans. It's called the Kraken, and it's a giant fucking octopus. The fucking Vikings told us what was in there. All right. Now, they had shit figured out for the time. You know, they were fucking sailing around. They came to North America and shit. And, I mean, these people kind of had the shit together, especially for the time. They saw fucking Krakens and came back and like, hey, man, don't go out there. It's giant fucking octopuses, like giant fucking tentacle monsters out there trying to sink the fucking ships. And fucking killing people. And, I don't know. I guess the Japanese version, they were raping people. But, you know, whatever. It's same principle, I guess. I mean, you're going to die. It's horrible. I mean, yeah, there's fucking monsters out there. Nobody wants to go out there.
Well, and then there's areas that are just way too deep that we can't go down there. That's probably where the Kraken is.
I mean, people have went down there. They haven't come back, but they've went down there.
Yeah. Like, we haven't been able to explore.
I don't know. We got pretty deep. We got the Challenger deep. That was pretty fucking deep.
The Challenger didn't get that deep.
No, it's called the Challenger Deep. It's
it's
the place in the Marianas Trench.
The issue is that they went inside the wrong port. If they picked the right hole, it wouldn't have been a challenge to get that deep.
No, I mean the Challenger Deep is a very, very deep place, and I think how do they describe? I think okay, so you know, like how if you're just standing outside and look up and like you see a commercial airliner flying like thousands of feet up in the air. Okay, imagine that, but sea level. You know, like, well, I guess where you would normally be standing, looking up at an airplane. And, but like, imagine that, but you're standing at the bottom of Challenger Deep looking up. The airplane would be flying at ground level. I think it's something like that. Like, it's like 36,000 feet down. Like, that's how deep that place is. That's like I'm not a mathematician or anything, but I think that's more than a couple of miles.
Maybe.
I was joking. I know that's more than a couple of miles.
Yeah, I think what there's 5,200 some feet in a mile.
I don't know, fucking something like that. I just know it's more than like 2 or 3 miles. I think I also heard somewhere. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to like fact check all this shit. Like, I just got done doing research on the Tunguska event, so I don't know. But I haven't really like looked any of this shit up lately. I also heard that I believe it's if you took Mount Everest and like dropped it in this area in the ocean, the peak wouldn't even stick out of the top of the water. Like, or something like that. It's very, very deep. And that's probably, you're probably right, Death. That's where the fucking Kraken probably lives. Or the fucking Leviathan.
And the
Or
Megalodon.
well, no, dude. The fucking Kraken and Leviathans would probably eat the Megalodon. There's probably not too many of them left.
Well,
And
yeah.
besides, they saw that one Megalodon off the coast of fucking Australia back in like, I don't know, like the early 2000s or something. They recorded
they
it or
did?
something. Well, it was a baby one, but yeah. They were filming, you know how those fucking Aussies are and their crazy shit that they do where they fucking go in a cage and fall into the ocean and try to pet great whites and all that crazy wacky shit. Well, one film crew off the coast of Australia, they did like one of their cage dive things. And of course, there were several great whites because they have like fish and shit that, you know, like they're chunks of fish that they throw outside the cage to get the great whites to come up to them and stuff. And they caught on the footage a shark that was much darker and shaped differently than the other great whites, but it was about the size of a great white. And they estimate due to its color difference and its shape difference, because you know all sharks kind of have a unique profile in of themselves. Some are more noticeable than others, like the hammerhead, which is my favorite. But this one, they believe, more fit the shape of a juvenile megalodon. But it didn't get that close to the cage, and it swam off after a few seconds of being on film. You can probably go find the footage on YouTube or
I'll have to look into that
someplace.
because that, yeah.
I mean, there's no like 100% yes, this was a megalodon thing, but the way that like the shark it just didn't look like a great white. Like its shape, its fin placement, everything was off. It was darker in color, and yeah, I just think it might have been a baby megalodon or like a I don't know, a fucking young teen, like a 12-year-old megalodon, like I don't know, like a preteen megalodon. I don't know.
Well, there we go, guys. We have now gone past our endpoint because of the Megalodon and the Kraken.
Thanks
ocean.
for coming, guys. Stay away from the ocean.
Very scary place.
There's monsters in there.
We're gonna have like Zammy and Star yelling at us like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Oh, were they here?
No.
Oh. Well, they're the Aussies. They're the ones swimming with fucking sharks and shit. Like, what the fuck? We're not crazy. They're the fucking crazy ones.
Yeah, exactly. I'll stick with my fresh water.
I'm staying the hell out of the ocean. I'm not fucking crazy.
Anyway, have a great night, guys. Hopefully, we'll be back on our normal day next week of Wednesday. We'll see you then.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming.
What they said.
Asshole.
Yeah.